Good evening. Good evening, America. My name is Joseph Samuel Catalano the third, and I've been homeless. I have been homeless. I've been addicted. I've been to prison, and I fought my way back from zero. That's why I'm running for president in 2028. As an independent, from zero to hero, fighting for the forgotten Americans. I'm not a politician. I'm one of you. I know what it is to feel like when the system kicks you down and laughs while you're on the ground. Tonight, I want to talk straight to the working families in Tampa and across the country who are barely hanging on. Let's start with the one thing crushing so many of us right now. The rent is still too damn high. And I mean that seriously, the rent is too damn high. Back in 2010, a man by the name of Jimmy McMillan stood up and yelled, "The rent is too damn high." Well, in 2026, it's even worse. Here in Tampa, you're looking at rents on the average in a bad neighborhood, $1,900 to $2,100, $2,300 to $3,400 just to keep a roof over your head. Families are hanging over half their paychecks, sometimes more, and still praying they don't get evicted next month. You work hard all week, come home exhausted, and half of your money is already gone before you buy groceries or pay the electric bill. That's not living, that's surviving. That's getting robbed in slow motion. I feel that pain. I feel it really bad because I've lived it and I know what it's like to struggle. I've lived in pain my whole life. Meanwhile, members of Congress aren't worried about rent. They're not choosing between medicine and food. They're living like kings while we scrape by and get crushed. Build energy. They just laugh in your face. The rent is still too damn high. I'm going to keep telling it. I'm going to take that all the way to the hill. The rent's still too damn high. And it's time we said it loud and clear. Enough, all of us. All of us must say, the rent is too damn high. From zero to hero means we're going to fight like hell to bring rents down in Tampa and across America. We're cutting the ridiculous regulations that make housing so expensive so families can actually live again, not just survive. No family, especially if someone's making $100,000 a year, that's nothing. You're still struggling at $100,000 a year. You should be able to live halfway decent in this country. There should be affordable housing. Everything is high priced. They're just killing America. Now let me talk about the real scam happening in Washington and the congressional inside trading legal for them. They go around, they get inside knowledge all of Congress. They became millionaires. Pelosi became a multi-millionaire and her family. And most of the Congress people did too. They made millions. You know, trading legal for them, but prison for you or I it's illegal for you and I, but they can do it and get away with it. If you use secret information to make money in the stock market, if regular people do that, like you and I, you go to prison. That's a fact. They put you in prison. They prosecute you. But members of Congress, they use non-public information from the bills they've written and the deals they know about, and they trade stocks and turn themselves instantly overnight instant millionaires and billionaires, some of them. And if you think that's right, and you think that this society ain't messed up and our system ain't broken, and you should care a little bit. Well, I'm going to fight for all of you. I'm going to fight for the lazy ones. I'm going to fight for the ones that don't care, the ones that think that I'm lying, the ones that I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to fight because it bothers me. And again, I'm running for president of the United States, not for me, for all of you. And I'm angry. I'm just angry. The fact it's back when they came after all the people for the FEMA scam. They went and opened a case on every single person. They ordered an investigation on every single person because they got caught inside stealing themselves. So they launch a big investigation on everybody so they could quietly bury the other thing. They fire the people, no prosecution, and then they sweep it under the carpet so no one knows. That's a fact. Those are facts. Excuse me. Before I go any further, I had a meeting tonight with 4K. 4K and I met today. We sat across the table. We met for 4 hours. And 4K brought me this as a gift. If you want to see it, here it is. I told him that I'm going to blow it up. This is the hat 4K gave me. You guys see it? He made hats. Those puppets really think I'm stupid and think I'm going to debate him. I told him today, and in fact, sitting across the table from 4K. And 4K is a total homosexual because he tried to grope me. Now, 4K's handler is not gay, straight as an arrow, but that puppet is a menace. And I had to deal with it for 4 hours today. And I even had to take Big Lou with me. I had to take Big Lou with me just in case things got out of hand, so I don't have to, I wanted to blow that puppet up. I really did. But this is what he gave me. He goes, here, wear this. I said, I can't wear that. It says, Make America Green Again. And it's got 4K and 2K on it. He gave me hats for everybody in my family. So I just thought I'd put that out there. Let's get back to this. This is a casino where they always win and you pay the price with higher cost and rigged systems. I mean, it's a fact, guys. It's just a fact. And one thing I talked about with 4K, I said, I don't know. Most people think this is a work, or I'm just not for real. But he says, I know it's for real because you really filed and you can't play with something like that. And he's 100% right. I officially filed in July of last year. Now my work is getting on the ballot, which is that's what I'm working on. That's my next plea. And I'm finding the one thing that make president candidates stand out. President Clinton, he said one simple 4-letter word: I feel your pain. He carried that all the way to the win. In 2010, the rent's too damn high. Well, it is still too damn high, so that's what our model is. The rent is still too damn high. So they make it like it's like a lottery casino for them. And I mean, these guys become instant millionaires and billionaires. Pelosi's a prime example. I gotta tell you something. The other day, I got a DM from Christine Pelosi. She's the daughter of Nancy Pelosi, seeking my support. It had to be a random email that they sent out, mass email. And so I wrote back and I said, well, okay, let me ask you a question. First of all, what do you think of your governor in California, Newsom? She didn't reply back to that. I said, are you the daughter of Nancy Pelosi? She wrote back, yes. I looked her up. She's definitely running. She's running for a Senate seat in California. I asked her a few questions. She answered some, and she was very vague on her answers. So I told her straight up, I really didn't care for your mother because I know she's a thieving, lying person. And your mother made billions of dollars in the inside trader. I insulted her mother, and she didn't answer me back. So I said, if you could tell me that you're going to be the opposite of your mother, I'm running as an independent. I go, so why don't you come over and support me? I got no answer. So it was a waste of time because I'm not going to deal with these people. I'm not going to go and camp with them, and they're not going to buy me for anything. So that's one down that we got that don't like me, and that's good. I hope she tells the whole Senate about me, because by the time I get ready to where I have to go really on debates with some of these presidents, I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm okay with that. So the three branches of the government: executive, judicial, and legislature. You understand? There's your answer. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. What I learned my technique is. Let's all face it. Everybody thinks I'm not really the brightest guy in the room, and I don't do well in classrooms. So I have a part-time campaign manager that is a former. He worked on the Obama administration when he was running, and he doesn't want his name out there because he's not my full-time campaign manager. But he says, I know you pretty well. He says, and your style of learning is, you got to take what's your best asset? What do you know about everything? He goes, baseball. So make everything into a baseball diamond and learn everything. So he said, let's make the executive part, they're the players. The judicial part, that's the umpire, the legislator, that'll be the owners. And just put that in your mind and do it in baseball, and it all came. He's right. So I think of everything now as a baseball game. That's what I do. So there's your answer for that. Okay, let's get back to this. This is a casino, like I said, where they always win, and you pay the price with higher costs and a rigged system. This is why trust in government is dead, 100%. If I'm president, we ban congressional stock trading completely. No loopholes, no fake blind trust, no exemption for families. Public service should be service, not a get-rich scheme at your expense. J.D. Vance, President President Trump signed an order for J.D. Vance, vice president, to be at the head of a a committee that's going after people that commit fraud against the United States. And he's saying anybody that commits fraud against the United States, this is his words, he just did a speech, it's up on Twitter, they should be prosecuted, put in prison, and anybody that's a co-conspirator with it should be prosecuted. So he's right. I agree with that. Anybody commits fraud, I went, anybody get caught and you're doing something to the country, this government, you should go to prison. I agree with him 110%. My next question to this, so that means you're going to put all the Congress people in prison as well? That's what I said to him. Because you got inside trading, that's illegal. They're making exceptions to break the law. That's allowed. So that means you're going to put each one of them that are doing that, right? And then let's not forget about the slush fund that they have $18 million in. And the slush fund is all your taxpayers' money. And this is a fact. You can look it up. You know what that slush fund's for? When they grope another lady or they try to have sex with somebody that make sexual advance to somebody, they pay them off with your tax money. $18 million in that slush fund. They going to go to jail? Or they're being exempt? That's the same thing the Catholics do. They take the priest and they haul them off somewhere to some mountain for the rest of their life. No prosecution. Why is it good for some people and not for everybody? This is why government is messed up. This is why you see me crazy about government. And I say all these crazy things, but I'm 110% right, because it's going to take someone to call them out, stay on their asses, fight them, call them, and just go right head to head with them. Never give up. Never sell your soul to them. They'll never buy me. And then they'll have to go to the ruthless tactics, and I'll be prepared for that. It's that simple. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see this all the way through. I'm determined to get on the ballot. So I'm in November 7th of 2028. My name is up there on the news everywhere. And I hope that I get your vote. Because if I get in office, I am going to fight every single day. I probably, from what I heard, the average president sleeps 3 to 4 hours, if he's lucky, on a daily basis. It's not a lot of sleep. Most presidents go in young and come out looking bad. Here's the thing that's good for me. I trained myself a whole life to be up all night, all hours. I'm used to that. So I'm not going to get older. I'm going to get younger, and I'm going to get more fight in me. And today I weighed in, and I'm proud to say, and I got out of the shower, a towel wrapped around, weighed myself. Lou was right there on the couch. My wife was right there over there in the kitchen. And I put myself on a scale. I weighed 204 ounces. I hit my goal for 200. I'm 20 away from my ideal weight. I made it to 200. I haven't seen 200 since 2019 when I was at 193. The last time I was consistently 180, I looked at an old driver's license that I had, and it was 2009 or 10 is when I was 170, 173. And that's right after that, about 12 and up is when I started gaining weight, but then I would go up and down. But I hit my highest point about 266, 267. Since I've been in the Dabbleverse is when I really shot up with all the aggravation and the stress I had. And I was eating all kind of junk food, eating 16 candy bars to 12 Cokes a day, not eating healthy food. It's a big thing. Today, I eat a lot of protein. I read that eating a lot of tuna is a lot of protein. You'll eat enough and you do it for a length of time, in 90 days, you'll start seeing your blood pressure dropping. My blood pressure is almost normal. I'm still taking the pill, but next time I go to the doctor, I think I'm finally going to be off blood pressure medicine. If I stay at this and I keep eating the way I am, I don't think I have to worry about that. So that was the biggest thing that caused me from having a stroke. I'm losing the weight. I'm getting stronger. Next, now I have to implement a little exercise program. As much as I don't want to do it, I have to do it. At least walk. But I do eat healthier. So the answer to a certain individual that asked Dr. Steve, he's right. You got to do, but you don't have to do no hardcore exercise. As long as I'm eating right and I'm getting at least 5-6 hours a day sleep, I'll be fine, which I do. I got 7 hours last night. So yeah. And then I spent the afternoon with my partner and my wife. And then we had a great meeting with 4K. 2K wasn't there, but 4K was. And it's very possible chance that 2K and 4K will be on Busted Balls, I think, coming up week, I think, or next week. I'm not sure. But we will not be debating. There'll be no political stuff at all being talked. It'll be strictly Dabbleverse. So, all right. So let me take a sip of water here. And anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? I used to love dressing up. I miss that. It feels so good to be looking classy and dressed up again. I love it. I always was like this. When I turned 18 and I was a senior in high school, I used to wear I used to wear a lot of suits. I did. I made good money. I was working in major leagues at that level, and I like to dress up. It was always my thing. So get a chance to do it again. It makes you feel good. And you carry yourself when you dress to impress. It says a lot. It's good for first impression to most people. All right, so let's go to the taxpayer slush fund. Your money paying for the dirty secrets when members of Congress harass staff or get caught in workplace scandals. They don't pay out on their own. They reach into a secret slush fund paid for by your tax dollars. Over 17 to 18 million dollars of your hard-earned money has been used to quietly settle these cases. It's all documented. So I know that these are three subjects that nobody running for office talks about it. You got reporters that are digging into it. These are the facts that reporters find. So, you know, I started thinking I really got to make a statement. If I'm going to connect with people across America, I got to find something that they're pissed off about. And these are what I found out, the E Street thing. So this is going to be our whole format to get to the White House. Is we're going to stay on top. We're going to question them. I'm going to go after J.D. Vance because obviously he's the top, going to be the top candidate running for president. And he's going to have to answer to me. I don't care. I'll even go, if I have to Washington on the Hill while I'm running, and I'll go into any meetings where they let the public into, and I'll voice my opinion there. But I'm stating facts to them, and they're going to have to answer. Government has to answer to the American people. Just like when I get questions from you guys, I have to answer if you're an American person. It's my duty. So victims get paid. They silence their victims. Names stay hidden. No real accountability. They write the laws for the rest of us, but when they break the rules, we foot the bill to hush it up. That's what they do. So again, they can break the law. Senate and the Congress are allowed to break laws, and the president. They get no penalties. You do it, you go to jail. And let me tell you, the poorer you are, the faster you're going to prison, because they don't care. They don't care if they destroy a family. I've been through the system. I'm telling you, they gloat to you. And they say, you know what, the whole reason why the government, they can't wait, they want to break your family up and hope you're in misery, that you get out and have nothing. Because if you shame them, that's just what they're going to do. They're going to rip your whole life apart. That's what they do. They strip everything you got. They'll freeze any assets you got. They'll take anything you got to sell. If they'll start finding you big money. To get the money, if you can't pay them, they're going to sell off your house, anything you own. That's what they do. They'll start digging to see if you got any IRS problems. This is what they do when you are a threat to them. But here's the thing. They can do whatever they want to me because I've been transparent about my life. I'll continue to be transparent, and I'm giving them no defense to come after me. The best thing they can do, and the only thing they can do to win, is they'll have to kill me. They'll have to assassinate me. Otherwise, they're not going to win because I'm going to embarrass them, and I'm going to call them out. And I don't care how polished they are and how much money they got. When you do that on national television and you put them on the spot, they're going to hate me. But that's what makes you win. People see the fight in you, and they say, this is the guy that's going to get our voice back. And I will fight so you have a voice again. We have no voice in this country. Nobody does anymore in this life. They built the two-party system to protect them and their rich friends. That's all they do. And I know that most of you agree with that. It's just the fact because it's me running, you can't get over the fact that the dumb person you think I am has no shot. But you're wrong. And I don't care. You could say all that. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I know what I can do. You don't. You don't know. And most of you guys know that I'm a pretty good fighter, and I could sit in a room and I could argue all day long. Trust me, I can. And I'll get my point across. So I got no worries. I'm very confident. And every day that goes by that I work harder to get to this next level, I get more confidence in me. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to say I'm trying to be the next president. I'm making a state of fact. I will be the next president of the United States, Joseph Samuel Catalano. And boy, when I get in there, we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna make some changes, and we're gonna put this country back right again. Okay, and I want to talk a little bit about the First Amendment. It's a wonderful thing that protects a lot of you people. But let me tell you something. 250 years ago, when they wrote the Declaration of Independence and Bill of Rights in Philadelphia, that was a different time 250 years ago, correct? Times are way different today. So when they built them, they built it for that era. They didn't plan any change what it might be like in 200 years from now. So the First Amendment, I would never mess with that, but it needs to be revised. Most of the amendments need to be revised. They have to today's times. So I don't think that it's being not normal to do that, and I will do my best to make sure that it's rewritten into today's times. which means I'm calling for to a lot of people that use that First Amendment right and think they can get away with everything. We need to change that. We need to specify what could get away, because it's out of control. And people go to that really quick, and it's a wonderful thing. I love this country, but it needs to be revised. And I'm telling you, that's my opinion. It's going to be a hard fight, but I think something written 250 years ago might need to be looked at to be rewritten. I don't think I'm out of line for saying that. I really don't. And there's a lot of amendments that need to be adjusted. I'm not saying about never doing away with it, because it's a great right for the American people, but I think it needs to be revised. And I think some people that are reserved, and some people that are understanding, and some people that think things through thoroughly will agree. He's right. It does need to be some changes in there, and that's what I'm one of the things I will try to do. So, let me see where I want to go to next. So I want to go to. We're talking about. So we talked about the insider trader. We talked about the rent is still too damn high, and we're talking about the slush fund. So here, like I said, here's my story. I went from zero to hero. I've done a lot of struggles in my life, and I fought my own self for many years with a lot of things that I did wrong. I made a lot of poor choices in my life. I regret a lot of things, but I wouldn't change it because it made me the man I am today. One thing I won't do is I won't feel sorry or ask for pity, because whatever happened, I believe strongly that that's the course that was written by Jesus, and everybody has a path, and I believe that my end path is this right here. This is my calling, to run for president, because I feel that I'm the chosen one, because I'm going to give the honest fight that this needs to put this back right. This way, our great forefathers that are in their resting tombs, they can say, now the country's the way we predicted it to be. And that's my goal. They say, does President Trump deserve to be on Mount Rushmore? That's the big thing that's going around. I said no. At one point, I might have said yes. But after 2028, when I'm elected, and I start the office in January 2029, and I go for my second term in 2032, right? 29 to 30, 30 to 31 is 2. 31, yeah, 32, you'll start for the second term. And I get that, and I do everything that I say that's going to happen, and I do this right by this country, and I get everything back the way it was. I think my picture should be on Rushmore. I'll be the next president that should be on there. I should be on the $100 bill as well. They'll change me to that too, because I'm going to really do right for the country all the way through without no mistakes. I'm going to listen to the team I hire. I'm not going to be aggressive and play. I'm the president. You do what I say. I'm going to ask them, what do you think the best route we should go? And I'm going to listen to each person. One thing that I never had in my life is I had a very low attention span and patience. And that's something I work on every day. My anger, patience, and the ability to sit and listen. A good president has to sit and listen to all people. The people that work under him, the American people themselves. When you go out in public to talk with people, you gotta listen. You gotta have a good ear. And I know that the strengths that I have, I could change that every day. And I've grown, and feel that I have grown tremendously over the last 10 years. I am a totally different person than I was 3 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago. I think I've grown. I think the last 6 months I've grown into a whole new me that is the way I should have been for the last 40 years of my life. We're all wild in our 20s. We're all going to make mistakes. That's called growing up and living and learning life itself. So we're all capable of that. I mean, George Bush, he was no prince. He's got a remarkable story: cocaine, drinking, college, wild, women. Went to a Christian. His father said he would never be president. He didn't like him for president. He didn't even like George that much. And George couldn't understand. He tried to do everything for his father, but he always was on him. He was always jeb this, jeb that, jeb this. But he proved to everybody he could be a good president. He was a hell of a better president than his father was. I lived back in 2005 in an apartment complex across from the Phillies complex when I was working for the Phillies. And I met a colonel that happened to live in the apartment complex, and he just got back from the Gulf War. And he was telling me a story about when they went to go after Saddam Hussein, and they went to go kill him, and he was the sniper, one of the snipers that were going to take him out. But he had the target, and he was in his earpiece. He was waiting for the president to give the order to take him. And he told me President George Bush, the father, said, "Stand down." And he said, "Repeat again, sir. I got him in range." This is a true story that he told me. And when he told me this, because I knew him, he was a pretty good guy because he played baseball and he went to a lot of Philly games. So a lot of guys knew him from that he was, and he led over there. He was the colonel over there. And he said, "I come again," and he told him to stand down. He said that as much as he fought for this country, loved this country, that not only embarrassed him, it made him a whole new thinking of what am I doing when I got a president? And his words were that pushed out. And that's a fact. That's George. I guess I don't think George Sr. Well, he really wasn't George Sr., but the father. I don't think he did. I don't think he didn't go to the military. Maybe am I wrong? I didn't research that, but I think he didn't go to the military. But he did. He's told him to stand down. And he thought that was the wrong decision, and I think it was too. But they wind up getting him anyhow. I thought that was a fascinating story. Now I want to address something important. Vice President J.D. Vance has been talking tough about fraud. He's going after people who defraud the government and saying, if you're stealing from taxpayers, you and your partner should go to prison. I agree with him 110%. If you defraud the American people, you should go to prison. No excuses, real justice. But here's where I call it like I see it. And I mean, I'm pissed off as hell because you know what? I had no problem getting caught, no problem being guilty, and I had no problem with that. The problem I have is they did it as a cover up to cover up government employees, just like they do here. They do this, and it angers me to no end. And J.D. Vance, if you can't answer the American people, I'm going to tell you, sir, you're full of shit. Because you're just going to be just like you're being taught by the best scam artist there is. President Donald Trump is teaching you well, isn't he? Or did he just give you this project so you're out of his hair? I don't know yet. So I'm angry. And you're going to have to answer this, because if you're going to call fraud and put people away, which you're 100% right, what are you going to do about Congress and the inside trader? What are you going to do about the slush fund? Are you going to even consider putting them people in the committee to talk to them, to possibly put them on charges? We'll see. We'll see how serious the country is about going after fraudsters, because they need to start in their own house first, because there's a lot of fraudsters in their own house. Believe that, take it for what it's worth, they do. Okay? Why are you only going after some fraud while ignoring the biggest scam happening right inside Congress? Inside trading with secret government information, that's fraud. Cut and dry, Mr. Vice President, that's fraud. I hope you know that that's fraud. And I hope somewhere this video gets in your lap tomorrow and you understand you're letting them get away with fraud. You hear me, J.D. Vance? Fraud. What are you going to do? What are you prepared to do about it? You're going to call out your own people? Because if you're going to call the American people, and long as I got a breath, you better be calling them out too. Because if you don't, you're just a lying, rich, polished politician like the rest of them. And I agree with some of the people now that are saying that are honest in Senate, and the people that are honest in Congress. They need to wipe out everybody and start fresh. And there's people saying that in Congress and the Senate. I've heard 2 senators say it already. Go to Truth Social, where Trump's Twitter page, which it's called Truth Social. I signed up for that, and I bust his chops every day on there. I send messages like crazy all over that. And I slam every one of them. People, my sister thinks I'm crazy. You're going to get yourself killed. No, for what? First Amendment protects me. What are they going to do? I'm entitled to do it, just like you're entitled to call me a fucking piece of shit. So why can't I do that to them? They're not immune from prosecution. They shouldn't be. But they think they're above the law. That's the problem I've always had my whole life with government. Or the police, the crooked police. Anybody that's in corruption, that's a civil servant or a public servant, and just because you're the president of the United States, that don't make you immune. It shouldn't. It's like when they convicted Trump. He immediately got a federal judge to make a law. No president, if he's found guilty, will ever spend a night in jail. Why? If you're guilty, why? What are you afraid of? Someone's going to kill him in prison? He's guilty. He's a felon. That's the chance you take. So you want to go farther? Put him in the brig then, in a special unit with your Secret Service guarding him. But he's confined, and he gets the same. He don't get no privileges. He don't get to go out on furloughs. He gets to do prison just like everybody else. Why can't we do that? But he made sure that he got that done, and the federal judge signed it and did it, put it in, and that's no president could be found guilty or for a felony will ever go to prison right now the way they have it, and that's bullshit. I promise you, if it's me if I get in and I break the law, I promise you they put me in prison. I promise you it won't apply to me, and I'll be the president of the United States. How much you want to bet they fine because I'm already a felon? But good news is, hey, give me a minute. I want to show you something. All right. So, as I stated, I started to file for my clemency in the state of Florida, and basically to get a full pardon to get my rights back in the state of Florida. So part of the clemency board, I had to go get official documents. I'll have to take my green screen off. And give me a minute here, because we're in no rush, are we? Because I hope people are starting to take me more serious. And I have to start doing this stuff during the day. I'm comfortable at night because, I've been nervous, but I feel comfortable now. Like I said, it's no big deal. All presidents read from a teleprompter. It's everything that I write into, it's just written so I can understand it better. I've got witnesses here that been here, that seen how I talk, what I tell ChatGPT to put in. This is what I want you to write up, and these are exactly in my words, and he makes it. Lou's witnessed it many times. Just like Lou witnessed when I got this new house, he saw me pay the rent. Just like I posted a picture with Bahari yesterday, timestamp, that if I owed this man this money, what person in the right mind, if you owed him that kind of money, would want to call you and do business with you? I've got video I'll be releasing of me and Bahari and my wife. So if that don't make me whole with that alone, to show you that the Catalan network is full. So you know what he does because I beat him with this one? He says, I'm digging into your 2013 credit, your check scam. I've already been convicted. I've explained this 1,000 times on different streams. Let me take it off. So when I got the clemency papers, what I need to give to the governor of Florida, let me take this background off. All right. You see, I had to get official papers. There's the receipt when I went. They called me and said it was ready. That's from the Pinellas County right there, the document. Every document here is pertaining to the 2013 case. Because of certain people that continue saying I owe $247, which each paper shows paid in full. I don't know where it's coming from. They didn't know why it was there. I don't owe $247. So the little squeaky man that came from all the way from the British to America to be some superstar in Hackmania, God bless you. Stop lying. Because now I'm ready to slam you on everything you say. And I got a lot of people say, I wonder if Mrs. C and you were there, if he'd get in your face. He claims he would have because he knew it. He waited to the end to say that. Yeah, he would get right in my... He wouldn't. Because I know 2 people said he would have ran as soon as you guys came to the door. But he had a lot to say on the show that he was all happy to be on. Which I'm happy he got his dream to be with his favorite stupid puppet. Okay? But he's the liar. And I've always proved that. And today, he says I'm a wife beater. All right, so I told them I want everything from that arrest, 2001. And this is what they gave me. No, it's on here. So I'll show you. So that's the receipt I had to pay yesterday to go get, because I had to get everything. Everything had to be witnessed and filed and stamped with the legal form. Okay, so again, in 2013, I was arrested for 4 bad checks. Each check carried 1 felony. There was 4 warrants. I turned myself in when I got back from baseball. I paid my bond. I got out. I started my proceeding in court. Right off the bat, I made a deal. Listen, 1, it should have never got this far to court because I never received the paperwork because I was in another state and it was never forwarded to me. That's something personal why it didn't happen. It's okay. I understand why it happened, and that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and throw daggers at my ex. She did it. She knows she's wrong, and she didn't care that I was going to get arrested. But I didn't care either because I bailed myself out as soon as I got home. I kept my word and I did that. So each one is stapled. Each one is notarized because you have to send notarized papers. I'm sending this in tomorrow for clemency. So that's 2, and then that's 3. Let me make sure there's 4 checks. All right. And then I'm going to show you the one first. I'm going to start with the 2001 charge that I'm falsely accused of being a woman beater. And I'm not. So, and I can show you this. It's all official. Okay, so I think this is it here. Let me make sure. Let's see what date is on here. No, this is part of the check. It's not this one. Hang on. It's not the check one. It's not in here, right? Let me double check here. No, that's a letter to the governor, letter to the executive office of clemency that I had to write. So each one of them get a set. That's a state clemency application. All right, so it's got to be, I think it's this one. 2001. So 2001, I was arrested for domestic battery, right? You guys read that? 2001, domestic battery, you see that? Okay. I have to do it this way because I didn't put them in. I could have just took the time to scan them in, but I didn't. So you look very carefully. You see the date, you see the case summary, case number. You see the domestic. You see it right there. It's plain as day. All right. So I was accused of beating a woman. Okay. Now I'm going to show you at the bottom. It says 7/9/2001. A hearing was set at 8 a.m. under Judicial Officer Judge Default Conversation. Complaint and average. They read the complaint. Ordered of probable cause found. Order of probable case found. Bond amended. I got my bond. This is while I was when I was arrested going to get out. They gave me a bond. 48-hour advisory return. I had to return. Request for investigation cost. No information filed. Request for copies. Defendant Joseph Catalano. Court registry. Felony. Balance owed. 0. Right there. The case was dropped. Never was. They arrested me, but the case was dropped. Here's where it says that. Complaint advisory, probable cause for bond amendment, 48-hour advisory. And let me see where it says refunded bond. So this is right there. Refunded bond. That they refunded the bond immediately it was put up. Open bond. Misdemeanor. This was actually a misdemeanor charge. It says right there, misdemeanor. Would have been a misdemeanor charge. You see that. So let me find where it says that the case was never pursued. So here it goes here. I'll read it and then I'll show you. It says, after a thorough and diligent search of our records, we have found that the original case file containing the information you request is no longer available. They had to write this letter to the governor because if they can't find the records, it means something happened to them. The file has been destroyed in compliance with the Supreme Court rule of court, Florida statute, and the state retention guidelines. If you have any further question and need assistance, please contact our office. Yours very truly, Ken Burke, Clerk of the Circuit Courts. That's the letter they wrote to the governor that I got to send. The case, they couldn't find it because with that law that came out, they destroyed, all those records were destroyed, okay? Now I have to find it. So that's it there. All right, Clearwater Police were the arresting officer. Status, hearing, complaint advisory, probable cause, order of probable cause. This is what they have to find. They have to establish probable cause. I got a bond, 48-hour advisory, and then open bond, refunded bond, and says misdemeanor, closed case, domestic violence. They never pursued it. They closed it. It's right there. There's nothing on this here at the bottom that says I was charged. They arraigned me for the bond, and it was dropped in 48 hours. The state did not pick it up because I did not touch the woman. It was all a lie because I wasn't drinking. She was drunk. And I'm not trying to bash her. I'm not trying to do anything to do anything. What I'm trying to say is Rochi lies like a piece of shit that he is. If you're going to talk about me like I talk about my crimes, I was wrongly accused and arrested for no reason. I was in the house cooking dinner for my children. I was on my way to a night game. I had to work at the ballpark, which I didn't make it to work, and all of us lost my job. Because someone wanted to get drunk and wanted to be flirtatious with the police, so they arrested her. That's the facts. Okay? Never. So, yes, the arrest is still on my record. Never pursued, and it's going to be off soon, because that's the first thing coming off when I get clemency. So, Rochi, I'm going to tell you, from now on, I'm going to beat you up so bad, you won't know what hit you because, listen, I got receipts and everything in my life. I could prove everything. Anything the American Cupcake says, anything. Now I produce receipts. Now I show facts. And they're going to be so belittled. If they want to go through this, I'm going to make them all look ridiculous. Because if I'm going to run for president of the United States, I got to have the American people to trust me. And I'm no saint. We know that. I've made mistakes. We know that. I'm accountable. Did my time. And I'm telling you right now before all you, I was a piece of shit. I was a drug addict, working drug addict that took care of my family to the minimum when I could have did a better job. What I learned being a drug addict was I learned I could be better than that. I could fight for people. I could fight for myself. I had the will to quit because no rehab can make you quit. I did it on my own. I chose to do it to be a better person. When people say, there's people in here that say you're a felon, you'll never change. They convict you all because you're a felon. So you believe that? No felon can change? You're wrong. People, what I don't understand is you come after me, and especially a lot of the other shows, but they do the same thing and worse than what I do. But nobody calls them out on that. And that's what I don't get. But here's the thing. I can't worry about that no more. I can't. I can't worry about how you feel, how they feel. I just can't. I've got a campaign to run. I've got to get people on board to work with me. I got a grassroots. Matter of fact, I have to, I didn't run the ticker. Again, I told you people, if you want to give me any money, I would appreciate you sending the money here. So it goes into the official campaign bank. Every dollar counts so I can get to the next level. So I'm telling you, if you're going to send me a super chat or a super chat, send it to this. This way it goes in the fund and I could call the bank when I need to buy stuff I need. I've got to start going on the road and traveling to get to these other states when I'm allowed. After I get Florida, I'm going to be out on the road a lot. I'm going to be spending a lot of time on the road in different states. I'm going to go out and I'm going to campaign. It's what I have to do. I have to get out in front of the real people. I got to sit down with normal people in their house, and I got to talk with them and let them see my heart. Let them see the pain I feel that they got. I have to visit veterans, a lot of veterans. I'm going to go across the country and visit all the VA hospitals because I'm going to let them know that they'll never, ever have to worry about being homeless again. And if you think that bill can't be changed, think again because I'm not asking for no more taxes to be raised because there's plenty of money in the budget. Prison reform, there's a lot of presidents that tried, and I read some of the stuff they said. They just never been in prison. They don't understand. They only go by what the reports they get or what people tell them. They trust the word of the people they put in place. You think everybody's honest to them? You think everybody tells them everything? You think they tell them how the guards abuse people or how the guards even hire gangs to hurt people? You think any of that gets told? No, it don't. You have to be there to see it. And I know there's got to be some people in the chat room now that have experienced prison. I guarantee you there's at least one or two. Maybe not tonight, but in some of my chats, I guarantee you. Because I've talked to people, I did prison time. They've said it. People that weren't afraid to say it. Most of you people throw punches at people, but when they get thrown at you, or you had a secret life yourself, but you want me to be transparent, you call me on everything. I don't have to be transparent. I choose to be transparent. I truly want you to know that, okay, you got me. I'm a convicted liar. That's Rochi's biggest thing. He's a convicted liar. He can't tell the truth. He's so full of shit he doesn't even know. And I don't care. I don't care because he lives in another country. He's got no meaning to anything. And as far as I'm concerned, any show they do, from the time they admitted they were scumbags, nothing bothers me no more. I've fought, I've argued, I've done dabble stuff. That's fine. Okay? I've made mistakes. I've blown up on people. But a lot of people I've blown up, but they did judge me by the cover. By the cover, they didn't read the whole book. And I'm still going to call out American Cupcake to be the biggest phony in the Dabblerverse. He's the biggest suck ass there is. He blows on everybody's dick. Same with Shamil Buckman. They want to be irrelevant. And Cupcake will never have my status. He'll never have 1 million views. He'll never get there. I don't care. Rocco wants to know when was that truck. I have a CDL. I drove an 18 rig across the country. Okay? I could prove that too. I could show you resumes, jobs that I worked for, companies that I worked for. I went to truck driver school in 1997, and I was an over-the-road truck driver. I did it for 4 years. I went cross-country from Chicago to California because I had a dedicated run. I've been in every state from Chicago to the West Coast. There's a lot of states I didn't go to. I've never been to Hawaii. I've never been there. I don't think I was ever in South Dakota. I know I wasn't there. There's probably about 10 states I never visited. I didn't like going to those states. But I went to the West Coast a lot. And I came to the South a lot, too. So this is document court number 131100. This is all public information. Anybody can pull it. So the guy that's getting ready to put these new videos out, because he says there's more to the story that meets the eye, and he's going to give the real investigation, is a troll. A troll that's mad at me because I didn't want to do business with him. Is a troll to the channel. He's not a clip channel for the Catalano. No bearing to Catalano TV. He's a piece of garbage, okay? He's a dirtbag, and he's talking to me like, we could patch this up. We don't have to dox each other. Let's fix this. No. It's too late. Okay? It's too late. If you continue to come after me with untruths, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that your life is miserable. And if that means if I got in the law that tells me I can have you arrested for slander or sue you for slander, I'm going to do that. So you continue, because you'll make a mistake hard enough that it'll be in my favor. I just got to sit back and wait. And then I'm going to slam you and put you through hell. And I hope everything bad comes to you that you deserve. Because when you're a bad person, like you are, when I was a bad person, I got punished. You'll be punished it's the American way. It's what should be done. Don't cry wolf and think you're the only one that could do stuff, but nothing can come back to you. So I encourage you to show this, because you're going to lie and you're going to critique and you're going to make more lies. I've got all the receipts of my life. My life story I've told and my story I've told is 100% the truth. Whether Cupcake believes it or not, I don't care, because he only does it so he can be popular. He does. He even admitted, him and JBX admitted, how Rochi and Dabblestorian doctored papers on me back 2 years ago, and they added to the paperwork to make me look bad. Or when they made me that I was a pedophile and they put it out with fake sheriff, they copied the sheriff. They could have went to jail for that in Florida, for making a copy of the sheriff's logo. The reason they do it because they think they're untouchable in their country and that we can't do nothing to them. Think again. The more power and more political context I make, I'm going to be able to call the government. I'm just going to drop them what these two guys, this is what they go by, and let them be under investigation. Let them crawl up their ass with a microscope. And I'm going to imagine some countries are tough. And maybe I might get lucky and maybe they'll get in trouble. And I hope they do, because they deserve it, because they're a menace to society. They are. He lines his pocket by fucking lying on me, and people think that's okay. And the people that feed it to him, God bless you. But I ask you, do not send me no super chats. Send it, super tip, send it to the campaign across the bottom there. Because I know some people are getting moved and they're starting to see my knowledge is getting better, my speeches are getting better, and I'm finding things that the taxpayers really care about. It's only going to get better. I'm only going to get better. I'm meant to be a politician. That's a fact. But an honest politician. That's what my calling is. You know what? It's okay to be honest. I understand that. It's okay to be a good person. It's okay to be a good person. It's okay to help people. The more people you help, the better. Every time I help somebody, I feel better. I feel better. I don't do it for anything back. I do it because it feels good, because I really help somebody. And that's what it's about. In the old days, love thy neighbor, as the Bible says. Be nice to your neighbor. 70s, people would barbecue with each other. Doors were left open. Cars. People that came in the neighborhood that were bad, they weren't welcome. They were taken care of. The neighborhood took care of people like that. Today, everybody's got to live in fear. Since the pandemic, the government has got away with so many things to take away your freedom more and more every time. That's what they did. Proved that Dr. Fauci, he lied about a lot of stuff. They threw him under the bus. There's no more 24-hour stores anywhere. They use that. We can make just as much money. We don't need to stay 24 hours. They stick it to you. Gas is $5 a gallon in Florida. Never have I seen it that high. I think California is even higher. Take all the taxes away, and you know how much a gallon of gas costs you? Less than $1. Cost them less than $1. Take the taxes away. Take all the taxes away from the gas, and you see what it costs. Each state is different. That's the other thing. We give a lot of freedom. The states are free to make their own laws, their own rules, their own regulations. That's the American way. But on the federal laws, we have to enforce them better, and we have to get them to be in agreement with us. It's all got to be one team getting together, not separate states. They're allowed to do their rules, regulations, their own laws. That's beautiful. That's how it should be. But when it comes to the federal stuff, they need to work with the federal government. But I don't think a lot of states trust the American government. I don't think the state governments trust the federal government. I see a lot of that. You see that. We know that Congress is crooked. They become millionaires, inside trader. We know there's a slush fund. Those slobs that grope on women and go and push the women to do something, they do it because they know that there's nothing's going to happen to them. And when you know nothing's going to happen to you, what are you going to do? And the more you get away with something, what happens? The more balls you get. Just like a criminal, a guy that kills the first time, he gets away with it. The second time's a lot easier. The third time's a lot easier. I never, ever, ever believed to hurt anybody. I'm not saying people don't deserve to be hurt, especially ones that are really bad people, because I believe people that hurt children, people that go out and do things to women, or people that just kill randomly for no reason, I believe they're born with a defective brain. There's no doubt about that. There's something that can never be fixed. They're just not. You can't consider them a human being. They're animals. If you could go out and molest a 7-year-old child or kidnap him and sell him, and you think you got a normal mind, something had to break somewhere between carrying that baby to the time it was born. It has to be. And there's no freaking psychologist that could fix it, because they don't know how. Because you can't fix a brain that's fucking wrong. There's no way of doing that. You could talk to your blue in the face, you're not going to fix him from going out and killing people if he's already murdered 30 people. I'm sorry what they say, but a lot of money's wasted on this. A lot of your taxpayer money is wasted on stuff like that. So people that are on death row, they keep them alive for 25 years. Their answer is, we want to study their brain. We want to see what makes them tick. You think you need 25 years of wasted taxpayer money to keep him alive? You order them to death, kill him, put him in the death chamber. It's it. He lost. You give him his 2 or 3 appeals that they're allowed, it shouldn't carry 20 years. It should carry no more than 5 years. And that's it. Goodbye. You're ordered to death. See you later. You're not human. We deemed you not human. We're going to inject you and kill you. That's what it should be done. Save the taxpayer money. You're wasting a lot. You wouldn't believe how much the budget is for prisons, how much money they pay a year per inmate. But if you can take 30% of those inmates that deserve a second chance and give them the knowledge, give them the education, and put them back into society and make them tax-paying citizens, that's a win for the United States. That's a win-win. Recidivism drops. 5 years, I guarantee, drops 25% if this program's implemented. Because the people that are helping build it are ex-cons who know how the system's broken. What do you think Las Vegas does with the security? You know who they hire in the rafters with the eye in the sky? Ex-felons that they put in prison who scam the casinos. That's who they employ. You don't believe me? Check it out for yourself. That's a fact. So when American Cupcake, if he's in the chain, is telling me he's lying, he's full of shit, I'm not. They hire the felons they put away that rob their casinos because they're the best ones because they know how to spot the cheats. And that's what the casino do. They give them a second chance to put them back to work and pay them good money. And that's who catches you. They'll always catch the guy that's cheating at the 21 table or the guy that's rigging the slot machine with a magnet. Or they have special coins that jam up that does something to make it pay out better. There's a lot of things if you just research it. Or the guy all the chips they have electronics in it. They make it through, and you can tell if they're fake by putting it onto a machine. And one guy mastered it so good, he even had the same data in there. They don't know how he got it. He got away with it for a long time until he got greedy, got caught. They're changing the chips every couple of years because people with technology are figuring out how to duplicate them. This guy made millions by duplicating the chip. Goes and he plays a few $100s, a few thousand a day at the table, goes to the window. They didn't catch it because he was not being greedy. Once he started getting greedy, they finally caught him. And they said it was the best replica they ever seen. They were amazed how he did it. But that's a fact. So from now on, if you're going to tell me I'm full of shit, make sure you check the facts. Because I did. And I know what they hire. So the best guys to help me write a real bill to give the people that deserve a chance would be people that experience prison. That's just a fact and common sense. I don't got to be a president to understand it. That's common sense. You go to the people that have cheated the system and that were good at it and they got caught, but they were good. They almost didn't get caught, but they made a mistake and they got caught. Those are the people I want to help me write the right law. The ones that repented, got a second chance, and now are doing. How about the kid that did the movie about the kid that wrote all the checks when he was 16 years old? Catch Me If You Can. What do you think he did? What do you think he does today? First of all, he got out. They took him out early. He worked for the FBI in the check fraud department because he was the best in the business at 18 years old. And they had him help them. Then he built the security system of everything that's in those checks. Today, the company of all the checks that each of you carry in your pocket, your checkbook, is from his company. That's him, a billionaire. The government used him. He became friends with them. He worked for them and started his own company. He's the guy that owns a check company. I don't know if you guys knew that. That's a fact. Check that out. So don't tell me people can't change. Don't come at me. First of all, I'm not giving you no more reaction. But I'm telling you, you look dumb when someone comes and they got receipts. Do you feel at all that you're stupid? Because today now, there's no more. I'm armed and ready. It's time for me to bring out my vault of receipts. And I'm going to make a couple people cry. When I got time, I'm going to slam them for the lies they do against me. Because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the disrespect when I don't do nothing wrong to you people. I'm tired of the character they think they're going to make me. That stops. I'm not nobody's locale. I'm not nobody's bitch. I'm not the Dabbleverse anything. I'm Joseph Samuel K. Lennon, and I'm running for president of the United States. What are you doing today? I'm legitimately running. You want to go check the facts? Check the facts. Let's do facts today. Legitimately running for president of the United States. Any of you want to get off the couch and do that? Any of you got the balls to do that? I don't think so. Like I told 4K, I love what they're doing. I think it's wonderful. Him and 2K are my friends. But I won't debate you guys. I can't. Because people will not take me serious. He understands that. He goes, will you take a hat? I go, I'll take the hat. I go, I'll wear it. He goes, I don't wear it. You can't. He goes, I don't want you to wear it when you. I said, why not? Why not? I know you're not really running. I think it's hilarious what you're doing. Keep up the good work. I love it. Because he's a friend of mine. And this is the fourth time he came to Tampa and he called me and visited me. And 2K, if you're out there, brother, I am not upset with you at all. I think it's hilarious. I've always said you were talented. And I want you to know I can never get mad at my friends. So don't think that I am. I'm not. I'm laughing with you, not at you. I heard Hackamania was a success. And I got to tell you, Rocco you guys that watch Storage Pours, funny as hell. Funny as hell. 4K told me the part when he fell out of his chair about the vibrator. Did you guys like that? See, when I don't try to be funny, I can be funny. But everybody, you should distance yourself from that scumbag. So Rocco wanted to play games, and he wanted to say, listen, there's no $1,100. We cleared out the air about the money that. And I asked Edford, who leaked that? He goes, I told everybody I gave. I didn't know he did. So he goes, I thought it'd be okay since I go, well, if you did it, I'm okay. Now I got the truth. I blamed it on somebody else, so I'm apologizing to you. He did it. He thought it would be funny. But now that I could go back and buy storage units, now I can take the money that he has, that he invested, and buy the next couple of stores. Whether Rocco decides to go to Storage Pours 3, I don't know. He said it was successful. But I told Rocco yesterday he was a piece of shit not to call me no more. Because when I get mad, that's what I do. He does the same thing to me. But he knows I love him. And if he wants to go to the next Storage Pours, to be included in the next Storage Pours, because he does it well there, we'll continue doing a broken relationship. Okay? Dr. Steve gave me $200. He said, do as you want with it. Put it with the store. I have the receipts to show what he said. I won't do that to him but I have them if I have to. I love Dr. Steve. He's done nothing but been kind to me. Always been kind to me. If someone wants to send me money, I can't stop them. But I will do right now that I got the clearance now to go buy storage unit. I'll start looking. And I got $600 towards that from 2 investors. So we're gonna come and back that up. Dead Fool invested, and so did Dr. Steve. Now that the Storage Pours 2 has been done, now I go to work and I work on number 3. So the next couple weeks, if Rocco wants to take that and do it, we'll do it. If not, I'll do it. The only thing that 4K said that he thought, because Rocco waited to Hackamania, because he thought that show was going to take off on fire, which it started getting some bites. He's right. Now it's cool. I got to start over. That's the only thing he didn't like. I'm sorry, I made a deal with Rocco. And Rocco was the one that called me and said, I said, okay, I paid the storage unit, I got the more expensive one, I'm gonna go get the truck tomorrow. I'll take care of the truck, how much is it? Okay, I wanna take care of lunch. That's what he said. I didn't go, please, I need the truck money. I didn't beg him for nothing. And if you say, my time and labor was invested, and I'm worth a lot to myself. So I had just as much as his little $700 he had in, because he chose to pay for everything. That was his choice. Hey, business partner, that's what he wanted to do. I did what he wanted. So if you think I ripped them off, then that's what you think. If you think I'm going to rip off the taxpayers, think what you want. But the way I beat each and every one of you that are hateful is I keep climbing the ladder in the right direction, and it shuts you out and you disappear. You'll be bye-bye, because you're going to have nothing to talk about. I've proven in the past, people lied on me, I've got the receipts, and it still does no good. Now he wants to go. I shut him down with Bahari, because I got plenty of video with Bahari. That he called me and Christine up, and we're doing some work for him. And I don't know any landlord, number one, that's filed 150 evictions, if he's not scamming. And number two, that calls somebody that claims this fucking falseness about the money, and calls the same people that he just tried to call and say we offered, and called them to work, and paid us in advance a retainer. So you tell me if I'm nuts or if he's nuts. So you could say whatever you want, you can play your little videos, you're just being dumb, and it can't be funny if you're lying. So I don't know, but I'm done with it. I'm done with you guys thinking that I'm a 60-year-old man. I've been through the mill and seen more things than most of you, and done a lot of bad things more than you ever done. And I've seen a lot of things that are horrible. I've lived a full life of a lot of pain. I've experienced more pain just like some of the American people. My shit is real. And that's what this country's looking for, a real person that suffers just like them every day, to fix the things that need to be broke. A couple good people in the Dalverse told me, Joey, find the things that are broken and fix those. That's what you need to do. Well, I hope I found the right three things. The slush fund, they're stealing from the American people. Inside trading, they're scamming millions of dollars for the people. They're telling you, it's illegal, you do it, you go to prison, we can do it, it's okay, right? And the rent is still too damn high in 2026. So I found three areas that the American people are devastated about and angry about. And that's what I'm going to do to get myself to the White House. You tap into the emotions of the people, they see you're doing something real, you win the presidency. It doesn't matter what my education is, what my prison record is. It doesn't matter. Because in the United States, my friends, you got to be born in the United States, be 35 years of age or older, and live somewhere 14 years straight in the United States. I qualified to be president of the United States. Well, why can't you run for city council? Because right now I'm a convicted felon. I can't run for no state office. I hope that answers you. Soon I will. So after the election, if I don't win, I'll run for governor then, the next governor one in Florida. I do it because I know I can. Because I'm a natural born politician. I guess I really am. But I won't be a corrupt one. Those days are over. I make no excuses for what I did in my past. I did what I had to do based on the broken system that hurts most American people. People say, what about the federal wage? At first I thought if you raise it to $17, $18 an hour, it's still not going to help because inflation is going to go up. They're going to that raising is going to be nothing. So I said, you know what? The best thing is, let's have no minimum wage in the federal, and let the people be paid on their experience from let the companies deal with it. Pay the people, let them make their own deals, and get paid their worth by negotiating their own contract, which might come out to be more than 18 hours an hour. That's how it should be. I also think that we should stop funding anything over to other countries. Our other countries should not be our problems. That's got to stop. The money that's being away. You don't have to raise taxes. You have to fix what's out there and stop sending the money, stop having slush funds. And if I'm not talking presidential enough for you and not hitting points here, then you know what? I'm talking to the wrong people. Because then we know for a fact, without a doubt, the Dabbleverse is not only the biggest lying piece of garbage of the YouTube, You guys are all insanely nuts. Because I'm talking very presidential. I'm telling you facts. I'm going to want that I could fight for it. As a commander-in-chief, I'm in charge of the military. I'm in charge of making sure that Congress and Senate and myself work together to make things right for the American people. I'm going to force them to be senators that's supposed to work for the American people. I'm going to force Congress to be what they swear to be, uphold the law, and to be for the American people. I'm going to let the American people have a voice again. All things that were done that we were having, that I promise you our forefathers never imagined it would be where it is today. They did not write this to be two parties, all Ivy League rich people that come from rich families to protect themselves and throw out the American people. We're not acting like a free country. We're not. We're basically telling them, we run your life. What do they do? So when you say that my ex-running mate was talking like a communist, I think the government has been doing that for 10 years. They want to have one world leader. We're the United States, the greatest military force in the world. We're the greatest free country in the world. Why do we have to care about what other people's problems are? Why do we have to even get involved? Unless they're coming into the United States territory to harm our people, we should not have to send money because they have a hurricane or something happened in their country that day. Because we give so much money to certain governments. Do you think they laugh at us? I think they do. I think they sit there, we just got $20 million from them American dummies. And they don't do nothing for their people. They pocket it right in their pocket. You know damn well they ain't spending that money on their people. Because you could tell by roads are being done. Cuba's as poor as it was in 1950. So we don't help them. We help us first. There's no way if I went to the Hill tomorrow that they could justify why there's 32,000 homeless vets. There's nothing they can do. I got veterans coming at me every day. You don't care about us. You're wrong, pal. I care very much about you. You could call me a scumbag, but when I help you, I'll still shake your hand and tell you, I told you I'd work hard. And you can still think I'm a scumbag. But here's a man before you, willing to get out of bed every day and fight the fight because I'm an American just like you. And most of you guys that sit there and throw daggers and accuse me, I promise you, people right now they're writing, I'm sure you're nothing but an addict felon. Well, let's see. Are you an addict too? Is that why you're coming at me hard? Are you the one sitting there high right now? Because I've seen many of you say, I'm too high for this. I'm too blown away for this. You guys like to throw daggers, but you like to have no accountability. They say, I don't have no accountability. I'm very accountable. But it's all the foreigners that say I'm not accountable. And, but they could have their opinion First Amendment. They don't even qualify for the First Amendment in the United States, the people in other countries. So why should I care what they think? They make ridiculous videos on me, and they can't prove nothing. They prove nothing. Because I got the paperwork on everything of my life. Because the most part of me, I'm pretty much a truthful person. And you can throw at me, because that's what they use. You're a convicted liar. You, God bless it right, I'm a convicted liar. Yes, I am. You got me. Oh, boy. You got me. I'm a 36-year addict. You got me. You wrote bad checks. You're a bad person. You got me. You were locked up for domestic battery. You beat women. You got me. If you want to believe that, go ahead. But make sure that you can prove that, because you can't, because I got all the real paperwork. Checks, paid off, everything in full. All public knowledge, go look for yourself if you don't believe me. Everything I said tonight is looked at. You can find the information. But here's what the problem I could come to conclude. This is why I have to separate the Delaware. Because no matter how much I prove to you that they're lying, you're always going to side with them because you're sick and twisted minds. Rather lie on somebody so you can get off than to be side by side with a man that really cares. I've come to that conclusion. The Dabbleverse will never make me whole, no matter what I do good. But I don't need the Dabbleverse. I hate to tell you, it's just a small group, 10, 15,000 people. I don't care. I got people that really believe my wife's a prostitute. Really do. You should see some of the things that are wrote to me. That's disgusting. But I promise you, I talked to a couple people that I had there and said, Joe, if you guys would have showed up, they would have never got in your face. They're pussies. Trust me, I'm right here next to them. I know that because I know what they did for the show, for the places I did go. They rolled out the red carpet for me. Oh my God, it's Joey C. Can I get a picture? Can I shake your hand? You mind if I talk to you? Yeah, what's up? That's a fact, too. That's documented, too, if you don't believe me. And I got Melton, who's lied so much on me. The whole Earn thing that he blew up was a lie. We have the emails for that. But I never wanted to fucking just sit there and do it. Because you know what? It does no good. If I prove them wrong, I'm a jerk off because they're such fans of him for making him look bad. That changes. I went head to head with Melton back in the day. I'm not afraid of Melton. Again, fuck him, like I said. I made one key mistake, but Lou's trying to convince me, you were the better man. And I said, no, I wasn't. I should have never shook his hand. Lou said, stop it. You were the better person. Call it as being the better person. Okay, fine, Lou. I was the better person. I still feel like shit. That's the one thing that stuck with me when someone said, you piece of shit, you sold the soul and shook his hand for what he desecrated your daughter. He's right. I admit it. I thought about it. He's right. But see, Melton knows I'm a loose cannon. And he knows to stay away from me. I'm not afraid of nobody. I'm not afraid to die for running for president. I'm not afraid to help each American person. At least I'm not lazy and I'm off the couch and I'm doing something. My campaign is 100% legit. How you feel, that my chances are that's your opinion. But if you look at past presidents, when they hit on something the American people care about, they went all the way to the White House. They won. It takes one phrase, one catch thing that the people care about. I found my niche. I found what it's going to be. And these three things are very well talked about to a lot of American people. It's going to be big because can you imagine me sitting next in a room with J.D. Vance and battling him when I call him out? I want to see his face on live television in front of millions of people. I want to see his answer for that. They won't have an answer. They're going to backpedal. And that's going to make me look good. If the people believe in you, right now, nobody trusts government. They don't believe nobody. I have to go out and convince them you could have trust again. And you're going to get people come to you and say, don't trust that guy. He's a thief. He's a convicted liar. He's a drug addict. He went to federal prison. He beats women. They're all going to come out with that. And I'm going to say, but didn't I tell everyone? Didn't I tell all my sins? You did. I told all my sins, so I was 100% truthful to you. You were. I'm talking about things you care about that I want to fix, right? 100%. So is that going to change? Are you not going to vote for me because I don't wear a fancy suit and I'm not rich? Nope. I'm going to fight for the guy that's going to fight for me. So don't think that no one's got a chance. Everybody's got a chance to be president of the United States. You're crazy. You're nuts. Why? Because I'm doing it? Everybody fears anybody new. Anything new in the beginning, they hate it anyhow. Until it works. Then it'll be so much backpedaling when I get in. They'll be kissing the ground I walk on. I'm talking about the Dabbleverse. They will kiss the ground I walk on. Trust me. You know I'm right. So the only way I make them look ridiculous is I continue moving forward and I win. Because I can't wait to see the faces on some people. I live for that one moment. To say, what you got to say now? Because I got the best position in the United States. I'm the top man. I'm the president of the United States. And I did it because I was truthful and brought integrity back to the office. And I stayed transparent, and I told my life story, good or bad. Nobody, not one president ever said anything bad they do. They can't even justify because they sit next to people and they lie. They've never been to prison. They never were addicts. So how do they know? How do they know what the fix is? They make ridiculous laws, spend money foolishly, and nothing gets done the right way. Mental health is a big thing in the United States. It needs to be fixed. We need to fix all the insurance for the people. Okay? Companies and corporations figured out they can make billions and billions of dollars by making people part-time employees instead of having them full-time, so they don't have to give them insurance. That's why people are getting 30, 35. As long as it's under 40 hours, they consider part-time. So that takes them out of giving them 401k, takes them out of giving them insurance. That's pretty messed up when companies are that greedy. Oracle fired 30,000 people for AI, made $17 billion in their last quarter, and laughed at all the people they fired that were good, that were there for some of them were there for you. But that's going to change too. Because if you're going to fire American people and replace it with AI, which I believe in AI to be a wonderful thing, you're going to pay dearly. Those are the ones we're going to tax. Get ready to pay because they're going to have, there's no way they cannot tax them. So I'm right on track. And when you're the president and you're in a room and they say, Mr. Speaker, the president of the United States, and I go in there and I'm talking just like this and I'm bouncing back and forth. What is he on fucking drug? Yeah, I'm on Adderall, motherfucker. What's the problem? What are you on? What kind of medicine you got to take every day to be here? It shouldn't matter if I'm on Adderall or if I take Xanax or if I take blood pressure medicine. What matters is I'm there fighting for the American people for truth and honesty. That's what matters. If I want to go in a sweatsuit, I'll go in a sweatsuit if that's how I feel I want to wear today. If you judge me by my clothes, then you're a fool. If you judge anybody, as long as they're doing the job, it doesn't matter. If I want to go naked, it should be okay. Do you understand my point? Don't judge people by the cover. And I could honestly say, with 100% fact, I've been judged unfairly the last 3 years. I've been judged, and I put it out there. You're 100% right. So tomorrow when the headlines say, but you put it out there, you dumbass idiot. Yes, I did. But not for you to twist and tweak and make fucking jokes out of it. And I don't care. I don't care about the ball busted. And I have to learn to control my temper because my wife said, you know, there's a lot of women that vote. You need to be really a little bit more nicer to women. I am nice to women. I respect women a lot until they don't act like women. Again, I try to tell my wife, that's a double standard. Because you told me if you ever acted like a man, I better do something about it. So if it's okay for you, if they want to come at me like they're a tough man when they're a woman, I should be able to belittle them as much as I want. Her own husband said, it's the Dalvers. She knows what she's getting into. And I'm not saying he's a pussy. I think did I hear him say he was an ex-sheriff and he went back on the sheriff's department and he was in law enforcement? That's wonderful. So if he really is, then I made a mistake by calling the Mad Axe. Today I officially apologize to Penny and Big Dork, whatever he calls himself, Darren. I take that back. I misunderstood what Penny said. I didn't go back. But if it's true that I heard him say, I think somewhere in a video they did, that he was an ex-sheriff and he got called back and took his job back. So I take that back about them being an addict. I told everybody I would apologize to them. I won't apologize for what I called her. I will apologize for the addict thing. And if she could take that for what it's worth, but I sincerely mean that to you, Darren. I'm sorry, but you're right. You're a good man to say your wife wanted to be in this, she could take it. I tell my wife the same thing, except I just can't not keep my mouth shut when it comes to her. I see red. But I got to change that. She's right. I got a campaign manager. He's a part-time. He talks to me a lot on the phone. He's not a real campaign. He worked real elections before. He helped Obama get elected. He worked his campaign. But he's just too busy with his personal life, but he's took enough time to give me about 4 or 5 hours a week. And they're all phone calls, and he tells me, listen, I think you should do this, I think you should change this. He says, I think these 3 things, do some research. I'll talk to you next week. I think this is what you need to get the, he says, doing a grassroots is wonderful. But you got to start getting donations, my friend. You got to start selling to people that you need money to go and whether you get 1,000 people but send you $5 a month, it's going to be something to carry you till you start building it up. That's a fact. You cannot survive without donation. If you're sending me Super Chat, what's the difference? Send it to where I'm asking you to send it. You're wasting money giving Super Chats and it makes you happy. Well, give it into the fund that is controlled and will keep me honest. Because that's what you're worried about. I would never do nothing like that because I'm not going back to prison. So I'm not stupid. But give it to where it could be good use. And I will use it accordingly. Receipts got to be turned in every time I use it. There will be, bookwork will be on top like aces. All my dots will be dotted and all my T's will be crossed. I will be 100% transparent and I will only use that money for cash. I can't use it for anything personal. As soon as they smell that, they're going to arrest me. They're going to charge me and indict me for that. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to get indicted for $5? You got to be an idiot to want to get indicted. So I'm only asking the people that give me the super tip is to put it in there. It's above there on the bottom. Let's show me that some of you are listening. Some of the people that donate, I'm grateful. If you want to give 50 memberships, don't give me the 50. Put that in the campaign money so I can keep working hard for you. There's no scheme and no con here. I have no personal benefactor to take any money because I will go to jail. They will watch me closer because I've already been convicted. So eyes are on me with the Federal Election Commission already. And if I make a mistake, I'm going back to federal prison. I'm not going to break the law. I'm not a moron. Get past the fact that I don't have a lot of education. I have a lot of common sense smarts. I know how to strategize. I know how to talk with people. I know how to argue for causes. I've done it. I've done it very well. I know how to run a budget. I'm not dumb. Don't take the things that are said in the satire part of our channel and take me literally, because a lot of it is planned. Lou and I plan out some of the stuff. I don't try to be funny, but he takes me to a level so I can be raging, because that's what you guys built me to like. I can't do that anymore. Not like that. Respect the fact that I'm running for something that means something here. That's all I'm asking. If you're sending me money anyhow, put it there, please. It's not going to kill you. If you feel like helping and you want to get fight out, put it to there. Every time there's something goes in there, I can go to the next level. If I get enough in it this week, I'm going to take care of a lot of printing. Because when I hit Florida in the next, I think we'll be done in 10 months, and I got to start getting on the road on the states that'll let me go. Dr. Steve said he'll get me Tennessee. He'll have send him 500 sign sheets, because he only need 275. He said it'll be done. Consider it done. He will get the 275 in his sleep. So I already know I got Tennessee. There's a couple other states that you need 500,000. Washington, D.C., I need 1,000 signatures. I got people there that'll take care of that. That's 2 states already. Florida, I'm going to do myself. That's 3. California, someone told me it's going to be very hard, because California might play a little corruption. They don't like independent. So if I go and I work my ass off to get a signature, all of a sudden, right before the deadline, they're going to come back with, 100,000 of these are no good. But you only got 2 weeks to do it. They're going to make it impossible. Arizona's going to do the same thing. We already know this. We already know what they think of outsiders. We're already ahead of that. But I could be rode into any ballot in any state. I got to find the people, the electoral votes that I can convince to write me in if I have to. Once that's happened, then I'm on. So we know what we have to do. We know the states that are going to play a game with me. We know the states that are going to cheat and try to get me out, that are not going to allow me in. We understand the game. At least I do. I know what I'm up against, because they built the system for people like me to not fight with them. But they're wrong. You're wrong. America is the land of the free. First Amendment tells me I can go argue with them and argue my case. In the next 2 years, I'll be completely pardoned from all my crimes, and I'll be just back to normal with my rights. I'll have my voting rights back. I'll have my gun rights back. I'll have every right that you have, that people that are not in trouble, just like I did for many years. Was I a scumbag the time I started doing drugs? I was. Did I progress to be a scumbag? You damn right I was. Am I a convicted felon? I am. You got me. Did I go to prison? Yes, I did. Did I scam checks? Yes, I did. Do I owe $247? No, I don't. Look it up. It says I owe nothing. Zero balance. Did I owe Bahari money? Obviously not, because we'll start showing you this. Bahari, nobody in their right mind is going to call the people that he claiming that, and that's a lot of money, would even talk to you. So you want to believe Collateral Network, believe what you want. But I've had a lot of people say, you know what, there's nobody been more truer than you. Nobody been more transparent about your bad in your life. You guys know I'm right. Stop with the bullshit. I respect you, show respect. That's all I'm saying. You want to break my chops? I'm all for it. I get a good laugh out of it. Good ball busted. I laugh. I roll off my chair. I sit before you a few times a week. I wear a suit. I wear nice clothes. I look presidential. I got a podium. I stand here with truth, honor, and justice, and want to restore your voice. I'm talking about real situations. I've lived real life situations that I really live that I want to fix. I want to fix the things that American people are upset about. I found them. Someone said to find the things that really need to be fixed and go and do your work, because I think you got a chance. This is my real chance here, these 3 topics. I bust this open and make enough noise, people are going to come my way, and unfortunately, you guys, the ones that hate me, you're going to see I'm going to be the next president of the United States, whether you love it or not. But what are you going to do when I am? The hate you have now, what are you going to do? Are you going to concede and say, good job? No, you're not. You're going to get worse. You're going to try to call me. You're going to try. Fine. I got this guy, I'm going to send pizzas to that. I don't live there, dummy. I got a new house. You see my new house? Okay? I have a new house, a real nice house. I pay my bills. Unfortunately, this guy, it just took me to look deep that he's really the one. He don't care about rent. He makes it impossible, takes all the people's deposits, and he throws everybody out everywhere he rents. If you don't see that just on the evictions, then you guys are full of shit. Oh, he's always blaming everybody else, Shmuel Buckman. No, I'm not. When it's my fault, I take accountability, Shmuel. Where were you? You're just not paying attention, or you don't care to talk on that. Oh, let me play with Joey C a little bit in the chat room. I still remain to call you a scumbag, and you are. Because you're a lying, looking for clout person that'll do anything to suck on their cocks. That's what you do, Shmuel. You know I'm right. I'm sorry. You want to bounce on me and say that I'm delusional? I blame everybody. When I've done something wrong, I take full accountability. When I can prove to you that this landlord is a scam artist, and you say you're so smart, but yet, because it's Joe Catalano, you can't give that to me. You can't say that I'm a good person. I'm a scumbag. Because you've never been in trouble, but I have, and that makes me a scumbag. You're a messed up individual. You're a guy that no one could possibly like. I could see a lot of hate for you in real life. Because you're an arrogant prick that thinks you're better than everybody that and you know a lot of people came at you with that. You're no better than me. You've been married 3 times and you were a drunk in your past. What about your past? You want to talk about that? You convince people because you want to tell a bunch of bullshit. And that's what the Dabbleverse is, controversy and bullshit. Attack the guy. Don't forgive the guy. Attack. I stayed with the best of them. I'm still here. Go away every day, they tell me. I'm not going away. I'm just going to I'm going to be really involved in your life when I become president. So you haters, bye-bye. Look at me right now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Get used to a lot more talk. I'm going to make you nuts. I hope you fucking roll over and think of every possible way to get rid of me. You're not. Because I'm a fighter, and no one I back down from. And I will not back down from Congress or Senate. I promise you. Legislation, executive, judicial. Oh, my God. Isn't it a wonderful thing? It's tired of being angry and being all fired up. I got no time to play games with the people that want to act like little children that are grown people. You want to act like a child, that's on you. I got serious business to take care of. I got to try to win a presidency. That I'm really running. Wake up, okay, and look at the fact. I'm a legitimate candidate. You understand? A legitimate candidate on a list with the same name as J.D. Vance, the same as President Trump. I'm on that same list. You understand that, right? You think I'm delusional? Was Abraham Lincoln delusional when he had no education? Or when he freed the slaves? Was he delusional? No, he wasn't, was he? You don't know how well people could perform until you watch them see what they can do. I've said it many times. You don't have to believe anything I say. Watch what I build. Watch the fight I fight. When you start seeing that, then make your judgment. But to say that I'm a piece of shit felon and I'll never get a chance, you're wrong about that because American justice says I do have a chance. American people say I do have a chance. The laws say I have a chance. There's a lot of presidents that done a lot of wrong. A lot of senators that done a lot of wrong. A lot of congressmen that done a lot of wrong and went to prison. They had a chance. And they did it well. They were good crooks. They stole a lot of taxpayers' money. They're the ones that let the drugs in America. You want to know when this country went downhill? When they start letting more drugs. Drugs is what destroyed this country. I hate to say that. I was guilty of buying those drugs and feeding those people that sold it. The poison they sold, I'm one of the people that kept it in the United States by buying it. But that's what ruined this country. You go back to the American Mafia days, the ones that said you deal, you die. Some families lived by that. That was the rule. But some guys under the radar took the money. They didn't care because it was good money. It's wrong. We could stop drugs in this country. We could stop it if we chose to. We could, because we got the best army military in the world. We could have the best government in the world if we get rid of the rotten apples. Just because you've had a past don't mean that I could be just as good as George Bush, just as good as Ronald Reagan, just as good as any other president. If I put the effort and I stay transparent and I stay 100% with integrity, and believe me, I do have integrity. And believe me, I do have honor. And believe me, I've been with powerful and rich people in a room with them. I've done everything I've said to you. Everybody that I said I'm with, I've been around. I have never lied to you about any of my stories. Call me full of shit. I don't care. You do it because you know it gets a rise out of me. You know that it's fun for you. That's fine. Laugh all you want. But I'll be the one laughing at you. And we're going to see what you say then. But I know how some of you can't, you have to be a little child, and you have to be negative, and you have to be a person that wants to just stick a knife in somebody, because that's your nature. But think about that. If you're that rotten, isn't he the one that's rotten? Isn't that the one that's rotten? There's just some people I know for a fact that their wives and children have no idea what they do on the internet. They hide it from their families. They lie to their own families. They deceive their own families. People, the newest thing that came out is, me and Christina put my daughter in prison. We're snitches. Are you insane? We fought for her not to go to prison. She's home in 40 days, starting tomorrow. And I can't wait to get my daughter home, give her a big hug, and tell her I love you. Someone has the balls to say that me and Christina molested our children. You're a sick individual. If I ever saw anybody hurting a child in front of me, I promise you I'll do justice. I'll save the taxpayer a lot of money. Do that in front of me and see what happens. Let me see any child being hurt by anybody. And then you'll see what I'm capable of doing. And I'll be doing justice. Because that's the right thing to do. Anybody that walks past a child being hurt, you're garbage. Get involved to do something. If that means you got to go kill them, kill them. Because if they're hurting a child to kill a child, they deserve to be killed. That's the American way. That's how it should be. If a guy's a serial killer, we don't give him 25 years to sit in death row to pick his brain. We don't care. We know he's a loony bird. We kill him. 5 years is all you need. That's got to change. That's got to change. Prison reform has to happen to lower recidivism and lower crimes all over the United States. It has. We have to stop helping other countries and funding anything they do. We have to stop funding terrorists with money for weapons. We've done all this, and you people say, I don't got a chance? Think I would fund them? You think I would give $1 to anything like that? You're crazy. I'm just like most of you guys. I was a hard-working, stiff American that had a lot of problems and made a lot of mistakes. Just like everybody, each and every one of you who have made mistakes. Nobody's perfect. We're not built to be perfect. But I got the balls to get up every day and do this crazy thing that everybody thinks I'm crazy because I believe in what I'm doing. And I do believe 100%. I'm not only running, I'm going to be the next president of the United States. I'm going to blow them out the water. I promise you that's the fight I'm going to give. I have to stay like that. I can't think I'm going to lose. I got to think I'm going to win. That's what I think. I sit here and I give my speeches, and people say, well, this is good practice. I'm not practicing anymore. I'm in the big leagues now. I'm swinging for the full thing. And unfortunately, I got the Dabbleverse people here that's who watches me. And if I got 100 people in the channel, 75 of them hate me, and they're derogatory towards me. But my message is getting out, and people are noticing, because I know by things, like I said, I already got one person running for senator that day. I got a city councilman that's getting ready to endorse me. I'm going to have a mayor that's going to endorse me. I might have a governor that's going to endorse me, because they're all independents. And they trust the other independent, because the real thing is why there's two parties is because they fear the independent, because we're not bought. We're not part of their circle. I got a letter today. I got some message today in an email. I don't know if it's probably a troll, but it could be real, telling me that since I'm running for office that I should join the Illuminati. That's what all candidates do. I go, okay, I'll get back to you, pal. Because every politician is Illuminati. It's the most powerful group in the world. They run everything. I don't want to be part of their elite group. So my answer to him was really no. I don't need to be Illuminati. I don't need to go down and let somebody run me. I don't be bought, so the answer is no. If he was real, the answer is no. So if tomorrow if he threatens me, said make a big mistake, I'll know it's a troll. If I don't get no answer, I know it's real. You guys that troll, I'm not dumb. I've seen every possible thing that can be done to me. I know the difference between real and trolls. You can't beat me. I'm too strong. I don't care how much of a computer geek you are, how much money you got, you're wasting your money and your time. You will not get rid of me unless you kill me. And I don't think any of you got the balls. You don't even got the balls to say who you really are. You definitely got the balls to come and kill me. You want to say my wife fights my battles? Say it. Do what you want to say. She knows that I'm so psychotic that she don't want me to go to jail for killing somebody. because she knows I will if I have to. She knows that without a doubt. If somebody came to me to harm me, I'm going to kill them. It's my right as an American. It's your right as an American to defend yourself. I'm not saying nothing stupid here. I'm telling you what the American way is. Somebody breaks in your house, you have the right to kill them. Someone comes at me and I think they're going to kill me, I'm going to kill them. That's the way it is. That's the American way. So I'm not talking crazy. I'm talking reality here. I'm not crazy. I'm just a guy that believes in things that a lot of you people don't care about. Our government is corrupt. Fact. Our government needs to be challenged. Fact. There's just nobody that'll step up to the plate in a long time to fight for it. Every president gets up there and lies. They line their own pockets and they protect their own. That's why we have two parties. That's a fact. So you got a voice here that's willing to fight. If you want to be lazy, that's fine. But if you want to send me super tips and super chat, put it to the campaign. Be a real person. Show me that you got class. Show me that I'm wasting $2. I'm going to just do the right thing. Do the right thing. Whether you like me or not, it's the right thing to do because I want to fight for all the American people. Give me an opportunity. And if I become a piece of shit, then I'll admit I'm a piece. But I'm not going to be a piece of shit because I'm going to fight. And yes, it's going to be a lot of hard. If I make it, I got to convince Congress to take a bill and they got to do all this stuff. That's fine. But my job is to keep the peace between Congress and Senate as the president and to make deals happen. And there's a lot of things that need to be stopped that the president can't stop. Inside trading is one of them. You get caught doing inside trading when I'm the president, you're going to prison. If that's what J.D. Vance is selling, they must be accountable too. The slush fund is going to be gone because they're paying off people to shut up. That's illegal. If they can do it, then every American should be allowed to do it. We're not. We're held to a standard. They should be held to a standard. Am I talking crazy here? Am I really talking crazy? Think about it. Am I talking crazy here? I'm in the best frame of mind I've ever been in my life. I'm not crazy. You just don't like me. Change that thought for a minute and see. He might not be half crazy. He's talking truth here. He might just be the guy that has got the balls enough to go in there and do this. I do. And any disposal of means I have to do. I'm not afraid to tell the president he's a bitch or he's a pedophile if he is. There's a reason why 2,000 papers or 2,000 of that Epstein files died because he's in a lot of them. So is Clinton. Shame on them because we know what's in there. We know what he really is. And that made me feel bad because I really liked him. It's a shame that this man could probably turn out to be a pedophile. And so was President Clinton. Hillary playing dumb blows me away. You think they went before the Senate because they wanted to tell the truth? They went to the Senate because they knew they were in trouble and they might go to prison. That's why they were willing. I'm sure they made a deal of full immunity. I guarantee you they gave them full immunity. And they're still playing. They're old. They're playing. I don't recall, Bill. I don't recall myself ever going to Epstein Island. I do remember the blowjob from Monica Lewinsky. It was a good blowjob, but you know what? But then I don't remember if I came or not. And I never inhaled. And that's what you get from him. He backpedals and he dishes you away. Hillary, I don't think Bill has ever been anywhere. Really, Hillary? There's a thing. Should Hillary run for president? Go ahead, because you would never make it. They know what you are. They know what your husband is. Because he's the president, don't mean he deserves respect. If he did that, he gets no respect. And no president that has done anything like that, they should be taken stripped of everything. Just like Richard Nixon was stripped for Watergate. They stripped that man of everything. When he finally came out and told the truth, what happened to him? He lost all his presidential rights, everything that he had, what he gets after being a president. He became a regular citizen. You think he didn't die in pain? Because he wanted to be a good politician, and he was. He made a mistake. He was a paranoid guy. Not on drugs, just paranoid that everybody was trying to hurt him. So he made some illegal tapes, and he sent some people in to get some files. He made a mistake. He's human. Is that any worse than a guy getting a blowjob underneath the fucking counter, underneath the Oval Office desk, and playing dumb? I never inhaled. There's video of Bill Clinton out at Elvis Presley's mansion when he died. He was a hippie, long-haired young kid, high as a kite out there for the love of Elvis. He played saxophone, didn't he? Bill Clinton the one that played saxophone? He did. Jimmy Carter had a brother, Billy. Billy hurt him every possible way. He always got Billy out of trouble, didn't he? That's his brother Billy, the Peanut Man. He just died at 99 years old. Nixon had to resign. J.F. Kennedy was assassinated because his father made a deal with the devil, and he got killed for it. Because Bobby Kennedy tried to prosecute the guys that helped him. That's a fact. So you're going to tell me I can't run for president? I'm the one that's with a loose screw? Come again. You got anything better to tell me? I got just as good as a chance as anybody else. Will they make it difficult? I don't care. Let them try. Because I'm going to dig the real dirt, and I'm going to call them out on real issues. These are my 3 core issues. Any president that has tackled the core of the problem in the United States has won. They've won. And I could win too. I can do it. I really can. Because I'm not going to stop. I'm a pit bull. And J.D. Vance, you're going to answer to the taxpayers. You're going to answer this question. Be prepared, because I'm going to, every opportunity I can to slam you, I'm going to. I don't care that you're the vice president. That means nothing to me. I don't care if President Trump is the president. I don't care. My right as a United States citizen, I can call out any politician I want. That's my right. That's your right. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to go hard. You're going to see it's going to get really bad each time I'm out there, and I'm going to press them hard. I'm going to go after DeSantis, too, that yellow-bellied piece of shit that he is. And I'm asking him for a pardon. He better make sure that if he's going to deny me, he better have a good reason to. Because anything I got that I've done, if he's going to deny me for 4 checks that I paid and paid for full restitution, we got a problem. I'll take it to the Supreme Court then. Because the Supreme Court will overrule him. Because I wrote 4 checks. I paid it back, and it was reduced, the sentence was reduced, and adjudicated, withheld. You see that? You see what that says right there? What does it say? What does it say? It says, order withholding adjudication of guilt. You understand what that means? If you've never been in trouble, you don't understand. Look at the bottom. To Rochi's 3-year request about IO-275. Do you read it and weep? Receipts, baby. What total done and ordered at September above that. Restitution paid in full. You see that? Restitution paid in full. This is from the Florida government, stamped and sealed, that they called me up to come and get everything has been certified. Because it has to be certified. That was what I picked up yesterday at the courthouse. You see? Read them and weep. So go believe Rochi his lies. Because no matter what he does, I've won. I've proved my innocence. And I was accountable. I wrote the checks and I was convicted for it. Yes, I did. How many people wrote a bad check? I guarantee you there's a lot of you out there, but I'm the scumbag. All right, then fine. I'm a scumbag. I admit what I do. Are you going to come out and tell me your name in a minute? Are you going to be like me? You won't. You're too chicken shit behind the keyboard. I'm going to write the hardest. I'm going to make sure it passes. Trolling laws are going to go in effect really big, and AI laws are going to be very big. They're going to be taxed up the ass because they deserve it. And the trolls, enjoy your time, because when I become president, it's going to be bad for you. And you will be put in prison. So think I'm nuts. But when you send pictures saying you want someone to finish the job, here's the weapon we want to send her, you're soliciting murder. I don't care what you think, you did. So you keep saying what you're saying on Twitter, and I'll keep documenting, keep sending it to the police. And when they catch up with you, you're going to get arrested. And I'm going to prosecute you to the fullest limit. And I'm going to laugh in your face. When I walk into court in my suit, in my Armani suit, I'm going to laugh at you. You ain't smarter, you're dumb. I know the law, you don't. I was a criminal, maybe you weren't. I know it better than most people. I know how the system works, and I know how the judicial system is fucking corrupt. And I know how they hurt a lot of people that made a mistake. But criminals deserve to go to prison. I agree with that 100%. You hurt the government, you should go to jail. We did. We work how we did. We went to jail. We paid our debt. You got me. I'm a convicted liar. You got me. Joseph Sam McKellon's a convicted liar. And what's the next move? What's the next move, Rochi? You're still going to put this 247, still say I'm a woman beater? You're going to tell more lies? They think by doing all this, they're going to hurt me be running for president. You're not done nothing. All you did is amp me up to be a better politician, to fight hard for the country. You're just giving me fuel to be a better person. Because I know in my heart and in my brain and in my body and my soul, you're telling a bad version of what the truth is. They've done it to me for 3 years. Good luck. because you don't make a dent in anything in my life. When I'm done streaming, I don't think about you. Of course you said you'll fight me at Hackamania. You said it a week before. You wouldn't have. I don't have time to play child games. And my wife said, get rid of the hate. They're going to keep doing what you do. Lou said, get rid of the hate. You're never going to change them to like you. He's right. They're both right. Focus on your campaign. Lou told 4K today, because he thought I didn't have a place. He thought me and Christina he was worried. I said, well, I got a new house already. You do? Lou said, he does. And I was there when they paid. They paid everything. And he doesn't owe the man any money. So you don't believe Lou? Then don't believe Lou. You think Lou's just lying for me? Lou ain't going to lie for anybody. I don't expect him to. But he ain't going to let you sit there and lie on me. Shabril Buckman's begging him to come on because he thinks he's going to get Lou to talk bad about me. When Lou's going to probably go on. I said, go on, Lou. I know Lou won't betray me because he's not going to tell a lie on me. Because Lou doesn't lie on anybody. He won't. You see what he does when Cupcake comes out with it, and Cupcake gets bad when Lou don't agree with him. Because Cupcake gets really irate because I'm his ticket to the top of the Dabbleverse. I'm his ticket by trashing me because everybody trashes me, and it's all jealousy. I know this to be fact. I've been told. He's so jealous and hates me for a lot of things that he's just a jealous prick. But I do say this. You looked really good in that tracksuit. You looked really good. My advice to you is you should buy more of them and wear them because you look pretty good. And you know when I said that tonight, nobody said, that's exactly what he said. He's going to go out and buy more. Did he like the way you look at him? Of course, you're a fat, oversized, fat pug, and they make you look good. You look good, except for the hairpiece. Get rid of it. And you do a pretty good Joey Pesci impression. But you looked really good in those tracksuits. They didn't make you look so fat. So my suggestion is I get one for every day of the week. They're classy and they're good and they're comfortable. You drive a truck all day, you might as well be comfortable. So I recommend you to get a whole wardrobe of them because you look good. I'm complimenting you. But you're never going to beat me. You've not won one thing with me the last 3 years. We know you're a jealous prick. We know this to be fact because you said it to people. The people you said it to have told me this. You know them. You die for the Dabbleverse. Without it, I think you would crumble. And that's okay that you love something that much. I hope the best for you. I want nothing but success for you. But you're not going to do it no more at my expense. You're not going to convince anybody no more. Because the way I beat you is by doing good in this election. By showing that I changed. By showing that I get state by state. What are you going to say then, Cupcake, the big brainiac, American history, who claims he was an actor, who claims he used to be on radio, which was in college, who claims he's done this, he was the third mic with Catalan. He was no third mic, he was a guest that came on every day. And talked massive shit about me in other chat rooms. We caught him and we banned him from our channel. He gets mad, facts, when someone don't agree with him on his show. He tells me, you can't come on my chat room, then ban me. Because every time I hear something you say, I'm going to trash you and trash your people. You don't like it, ban me. Ban me. It's that simple. But you have no right to tell me I can't, my First Amendment right, and you can. Wrong. I will terrorize your chat room every time I get a chance to, if I feel like it. If I feel like it, I'm going to say what I want to say. You can't tell me what to do. Ban me. Ban me. Show some balls and ban me. Put me on the do not list that I can't come in there. Because you're only going to do it because you're scared. You're scared that I have proved you wrong, and I'm still going to prove you wrong. There's a lot of things I can prove you on. I'm not ready for you yet, but it's coming. I'm going to make you look so bad, and all these people you cherish that you want them to like you so much, you're just going to be another common guy that stretched, that used to climb Joey C's fucking My Little Rise in the Dabbleverse to get clout. That's what you did. Just like Shmuel does, just like Penny did. They all know that I'm the most hated guy, and if they bounce on me and do it good, they're going to get props. And that's what they did. And that's what they do, and you know I'm right. Like Lou said today, they'll never catch you what you've done. I got 1 million views. I'm 80,000 away from 1 million views. Legitimately. I've done 1,900 live shows. Every time I failed, I tried to come up with something new. But the real people that backed me were Rocco, always believed in me. When people told him they would stop being members, if he talked about me, he said, well, then bye, see you later. He'll never stop talking about me. He'll never stop being my friend. The other day when I didn't like what Shuli said, I talked about it. Don't mean he's not my friend. I was very close with MLC. I'm very close with him. I'm very close with Kevin Brennan. He's learned to respect me, and he knows the hits I take it. He sends me links. I didn't miss the last 2 links he sent me. But I enjoy going on there. At least it's something. He's got a real show that controversies up people. He's good at what he does. I might even go to New York when him and Bob Levy and Chad are there. They're doing a show in May. I might make it down there to see them. It's going to be good to see Kevin come out of retirement to do stand-up because he's good at it. He's got a real career. I agree with most of your assessment with John, but he's still a human being, and he has taken a lot of shit. And harassing his 80-something-year-old mother is, you're fools. You guys are beneath being lower than me. If you got to harass an 87-year-old woman to almost die, you got problems. But that's all going to stop when I get in. We're going to change those laws, and if you get caught doing them, I don't care who gave you. I don't care if John gave you the phone number. You're going to go to jail. I'm going to make sure that there's a law written how people control. It has to be done. AI is the future. We got to make sure we tax them because they're going to be late. In 5 years, there's going to be hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people being laid off, never going to have work again. Because AI is replacing a lot of you. You better start getting serious. You better hope you saved your money. You better hope you got good investments because it's coming for a lot of years. You know it, I'm right. I'm not telling no bullshit. I'm not fucking on any drug, sitting here just blowing smoke up your ass. I'm telling you nothing but facts tonight. I've talked with diligency, I've talked with honesty, I've talked with integrity, and I've made my pitch tonight, my voice. And I didn't, not one thing I said was far from the truth. All on the point, which is what I'm going to be every day that I talk. I research now from now on and do it. I don't write good, so I don't write nothing no more. I do everything through voice. So then nobody could bounce on me no more. Because I write horrible and I don't make sense. I accept that. I'm illiterate when it comes to that. Does that make me, because I'm illiterate, I can't be president? If I fight for what I believe in, for what the American people believe in, I get it done, does that make me a bad person because I can't write? Or if I'm not wearing a suit the day I'm up there doing the fight? Because if you're vain if you do that. If you believe that, you're just vain and ignorant. You really are. You need to look in the mirror when you throw daggers at people. I'm not just talking about me, the other people you try to hurt. There's a lot of bad people in the internet. The internet is an evil place. It's really the devil's work, all of it. But the Dabbleverse has got it topped by 300% of being the worst of the worst. Even Panhandler's starting to make sense to me. And I didn't like him at all. But he makes a lot of sense. He called Shmuel out. You said we were going to talk about this, and he was right. Shmuel just wants to swing and swing and swing and swing. George the Jungle. George, give me your cock. I'm swinging, swinging, swinging. I'm Shmuel Buckman. It swings on George the Jungle. Swing and swing. That's what he does. That's what he's good at. He's good at that. He's a boring person, but that's what he does. I could get really graphic here and call what I really want to call him, but I would be probably piss off a lot of organizations. I like to call what it is, but I was told I got to really be careful on some of the things I say. Not because I'm not speaking the truth, because you need those votes. So I have to respect certain people. I have to give them that most of them are good. But we know what he is. I'm not prejudiced against blacks, so that thing with Big Black was all an act. But I do believe that he wishes he was white. I'm sorry I said that. I'm guilty of saying that. I worded it wrong maybe and pissed him off. I don't dislike Big Black. To me, he was a guy that was somebody that was made it up the ladder on Howard Stern as a likable guy. A lot of people like him. I asked questions today to 4K. What kind of guy was Tommy Jordan? He's a good kid, huh? He's a good kid. I knew Tommy was a good kid. My props go up to Tommy. He's got a lot of balls. He's the only one that did anything that security grabbed him by the neck. He's got balls. He grabbed papers out of John's hand. He's got style. He's going to be somebody big. Shmuel, all I watched him was swing and swing and swing and swing and Roachy gloat and smile and be all starstruck. I'm on stage with B. Dabbler in my dream. I'm coming in my pants. That's all he did. God bless you. I'm glad you got your dream. It's good to get your dream. It's good to get what you want. It really is. And you know, some people told me you weren't a bad guy. You really are not. You're different in person. But I already know that. We just know why you chose me to want to talk about me every day and watch everything I do, to try to catch me in a lie when I don't lie. I tell the truth and can prove everything you said. I'm just not ready to do that yet. I will little by little soon enough. Because I got too many things to do to win this presidency to worry about a peasant like you. The biggest grifter in the Dabble is the pineapple. I'm telling you, the biggest grifter and liar there is. and don't care about it. He tells you right. He tells everybody he is. He's got a lot of stuff he grifted. And he was pretty arrogant. He didn't show himself much that I saw, except for his shows that he did as a filter. From what I can see, he was pretty arrogant. He's the best at every. He's an arrogant prick. He's a fat, arrogant prick that's from another country that I don't give a rat's ass about. Enjoy your Sunday show about me. I won't watch it live, but I'll catch up to it. Because your credibility is out the door because you lie. I've proven that. I've no wife beater. I don't owe 247, Rochi. Stop living in past years. Change your format. Try to find something good new on me. You're not. Because everything I do is I'm trying to do right in life. And I'm really getting out of bed fighting every day. My campaign is real as any other president candidate running. Just as real as President Bush when he ran. President Clinton, President Trump, President Obama. The same way they listed and ran, I'm the same real person trying to get the same seat that they had. But I'm doing it for the right reasons. I'm not polished. I'm not educated. I'm not rich. Send donations to the bottom of there. Let me do the right thing. At least you know the money's not going to get wasted. At least you know it's going to go to the campaign. Because you can accuse me of wasting money anyhow that I don't do nothing good with it. Well, now you know I have no choice. So maybe that'll be good for you. You'll feel better. At least we know he has to spend it on the can because he can't buy nothing for himself or waste stupid money. I can't. You're right. You got me. I have to do right with it because I'm not going to prison for $5. I'm not going to prison for $1 million. I'm not going to prison for $10 million. I can't be bought. I've never sold myself for any amount of money. I don't care if they put $20 million in cash in front of me. I won't sell my soul. That's just how the person I am. Money don't mean nothing to me if you waste it. And I don't want to be part of any scandal. I'm trying to do right, do what I can do, hope to get in office, make the country the best I can, retire, live whatever life I got left. When I die, I'll have a big funeral. I'll be all over national TV. I'll be laid to rest at Arlington Cemetery. And I hope you guys remember me as a guy that was a great president. And Mount Rushmore, did you push for me to be up there? Because I'm going to do things that every president should have done. I'm going to make happen now. It's going to become a reality. Because I care. I'm being real. I'm being transparent. I want integrity. I'm going to get the trust of the American people. Right now, there's no trust in government with the American people. I have to change that. And I'm just as good of a talker as anybody else. When you're with me in face-to-face, I make a lot of sense. I know tonight I hit every point I wanted to make. And if you think not, then that's on you. I'm going to finish this up, but I wanted to show you something. Let me pull up my, real quick. It's under what? Photos. I know I'm on point tonight, but I got to stop doing these late ones because then I sleep late. I can't be doing that. I need to be up. This is under, okay, here we go. So, there's me and Bahari. That's me and Bahari shaking hands just 2 days ago, time stamped at the bottom. You don't believe me, download the camera, because, I was questioned. I made that. Well, no, I didn't. Download the timestamp. If you got a Google phone, download it. This is what it does. That's what it gives you. The time and the address I was at. Another one. Me and the guy that everybody says I ripped off, which I didn't. There you go. The two people that you think are scumbags. There he is right there. We're at the table negotiating with him. There he is. Guy I owe $15,000, try again. Remember, when you challenge me, I'm going to come with the receipts and the proof. You can't beat me because I don't lie. I'm a convicted liar, you got me. I don't lie as a rule of thumb in my life. I'd rather be an honest person for the most part. Am I a piece of shit? I was. Did I do a lot of drugs? I did a lot of drugs. Did I enjoy it? I sure did. Did I write bad checks? A ton of them. I only got caught for 4 of them, but I wrote a lot more than that. But I paid when I got caught, and I was accountable when I did what I had to do. And I got up there and I said, I'm guilty. I went in dressed respectfully to court, whatever judge was there. I got complimented from the judge on this case many times. Said I was dressed very nicely, very respectful. I don't go in with my pants hanging off my ass, with a T-shirt on, and talking slang to them. I go in respectful. I'm caught. I got to be accountable. I take whatever I got to do. whatever they're going to charge me with, and I make it right. Nobody ever has said anything of their wrong when they don't even admit it. They try to lie about it. Bill Clinton tried to lie about everything, but he was the president of the United States. But is he a scumbag? You most definitely is. But he got a chance because when he was a governor, I know a personal state trooper that was on his detail, a guy from Chicago that went to Arkansas and went on his detail because he knew somebody in the Clinton administration that asked him to come to be one of Clinton's bodyguards. And this guy was so promiscuous, he spent more time in a motel with women than he did being a governor. That's a fact that I know I could bring receipts for. Bill, you know I'm right. Don't lie. You know you did a lot of ladies, Bill. You were a very promiscuous man, and you cheated on Hillary every chance you got. Don't say you didn't, because we got the receipts. Every president has been corrupt. Every senator has got some type of scandal to him. But there are good apples, so I can't sit here and say the whole Senate's corrupt. But the people that are calling, we need to wipe it all out and start fresh. You need to go you need to go find the honest ones coming out of college that want to be politicians and start fresh with new blood. You got guys that are 80 years old that can't even think no more, that are up there. Senator, did you hear the question? Huh? What did you say? Senator, did you hear the question? No. But he's still a senator. Why? Making decisions on your life. You think he's capable? No. But they let him stay in there because he's been a senator for 50 years. Should Joe Biden have been the president? Absolutely not. Did they do it just to piss Trump off? Absolutely. Did they go after Trump and make him a felon yet? Did he get it overturned? He did. A lot of things they said about Trump was not true? It was not true. But is he tied to Epstein? I believe 100% he is. That's why the documents are not being released. There's something being hid. Was Clinton part of that? He was president. I wrote bad checks. I lied to the government. So I can't be president? They did traffic people, kids and women. They did things to them. You excusing that? Because if you're gonna come after me, I better see you going after that scum. No more you're gonna be able to attack me and not be correct to attack that. Just like J.D. Vance, if he's gonna go prosecute all the people for fraud, he better start in his own house. Because that's the right thing to do. You hear me, J.D. Vance? That's the right thing to do. You have to clean house in the Senate and in the Congress. It's illegal for anybody to do inside trading, but it's not illegal for Congress. You have a slush fund to pay people off that people hurt with taxpayers' money, proven 100%. Ask the history major that the truck driver in the Delaware is going to tell you I'm full of shit. I'm not. I'm not. He'll be full of shit when he calls me full of shit because I'm telling you the truth. There's a slush fund with taxpayer money and there's inside trading, proven fact. Is it right? No. If it's not right for you or me, it's not right for them. Why they got special privileges? You're going to arrest those people? Because I'm going to make sure that I call you on it. And American people are going to listen to me because I'm going to save them from being ripped off every day. And I'm going to fight for that. And when American people see that, I'm going to get the votes. You guys have to accept that. Because a good person attacks what's wrong. A couple people said, find what's broken that really the American people can. It took me about 7 months to finally realize. And I just said, what is bad? And I went and I started watching news every day. And I found it. Finally, I said, the slush fund, what's this about? I need to find out. When I hit that, I've been on it like a guy wearing a $10,000 suit. I'm on their ass. And when President Trump named the task force that J.D. Vance is running about fraud, oh, it fell right in my lap. It's perfect. I just found my way into the White House because American people are going to go with me. You better start liking it, people, because the turn is coming. Joseph Samuel Keelan is going to be the next president of the United States because the taxpayers are going to vote me in because I care about what they care about. I feel their pain. Ain't that what Clinton said? I feel your pain because I really lived your pain. He didn't. I feel it, though, for real. The rent is too high. Thank you for that 2010 statement that got you into office. But the rent is still too high 16 years later. That's my new model. The rent is still too high. I want to go after and change the laws. Why are you ripping people off? Why are you making it impossible for families to live? Even Shuley moved his family to Alabama because it got out of control. He said it himself. He said, Howard Stern said it didn't matter where you lived, as long as you were in the office the days you needed to be there, 3 days a week. And he had no problem with that. But he knew that to have something where he could live sustainable and put money away, he moved to a state that he was able to do that. Because New York is out of control. Everywhere is out of control. And that's proven fact that an American family had to uproot where they lived and take their kids and uproot them to another town just to live comfortably. Hate him or like it, he did the right thing. Got to commend him for that. I still love the guy to death. A lot of you guys hate him. But they do a hell of a show. I just think it's time to put it to bed. There's no more you could do to John. Well, how much more are you going to beat him up? He's about half dead already, ain't he? He looks terrible. That's all that's going to happen. Soon John's going to pass away. And then what happens in the Dabbleverse? What's going to be next? It ain't going to be me, because I'm going to be the president of the United States, and they won't dare to come after me, do anything like that when I become the president. I promise you that. So who's going to be the next stooge? There's nobody. Man, maybe Shmuel Buckman could be the next stooge. Maybe they'll bounce on him. You can't do the Quadfather because he put together a good show. He does a good show about the Dabbleverse. So he's no cuck. He does a good show. He's got a good team. Who are you going to make? Darren Penny in the Door, he does a good show. The guy's really likable. Who are you going to go after? You going to go after Stevie Lou? He's too smart for you. Go after MLC? It never happened. So you done your did. You did good. You buried this guy. Leave him alone now. Let him live in peace and die. You made everybody know he's a piece of shit. So why do you continue? For what? Now you got all kind of legal problems, even whether he wins or not. He still caused you a lot of pain. So you too, Carl. You got nothing but pain and money you're spending. Why don't you just put it to bed and forget about him? John's easily can be bought off. You could probably throw an underclosed amount of money to him and he'll be happy. We know that to be fact. Make a settlement and move past this so you guys don't drain your bank account, because that's what's going to happen. He's going to break you, and that's what he's trying to do. And he's winning. He's winning because you're spending money on lawyers. So all that work you put in to make him look bad is now turning with him. That's the way I see it. You demolished him. You did a great job at it. Both of you guys did. Now just leave the guy, let him die, because that's all he's got left to do. That would be my advice. You do what you want. I can't control what you do. I'm just saying you got to show a little compassion for just the fact that he's a human being. Everybody deserves that. Even the dog deserves a warm piece of the sidewalk. Am I right? Finish this speech and I'm out of here. Inside trading with secret government, information that's fraud on the American people, using taxpayers' money as a slush fund to cover up scandals, that's another fraud on the American people. If you want prison for fraud, then apply it across the board. No favoritism. No protecting the powerful. It's got to stop. They got to be accountable too. They got to be charged the same things because they're committing fraud. Okay? Real justice doesn't have to have two tiers. Real justice doesn't let Congress live like kings while you struggle with rent that is still too damn high. The rent is still too damn high. 16 years later, it's worse than ever. I've been to the bottom. I've hit rock bottom. There's no place I can go down anymore. I can't sink no more. I'm going to just keep climbing. I know what it feels like when the system is stacked against you. I know when all those doors close and you got nothing to turn to, and you're fighting and swinging to get yourself into a way of a good lane. I've lived that and breathed that. That even makes it more better for me to fight for you, because I've lived and breathed actually what presidents try to do that they know nothing about. I know the anger of watching politicians get rich while you fall further behind. The American people were in debt $73 trillion because of the way they misrepresented their funds. They did it. We didn't do it. They did it. That's why From Zero to Hero isn't just a slogan. It's a promise from a man who lived the struggle. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to ban congressional inside trading completely when I get in. I will fight till it's done. End the taxpayer slush fund. That's a first. Change the Super Bowl to Saturday, and make Monday a national holiday. That's the third. We got to make sure we do that the first day in. Bring rents down so families in Tampa and everywhere can breathe again, so they can feel like humans. so they don't have to struggle and go work a third job and fourth job and work themselves in the ground and die. Have something in life for their children. Repeat, the rent is still too damn high. I'm going to keep saying that. The rent is still too damn high. Congress is still getting rich off you, and your tax dollars are still being used as their hush money. Do you think that's right? That's a fact. They take $18 million of the slush fund of your taxpayers' money. That's 17 or 18 million that can help the veterans get off the street, which they already have $680 billion in that fund. And I can't even tell you what the prison reform, what they have in there that they do. I don't know where the money's going. It ain't going for the right thing. Because you're just a mule and a number in prison. You're a chain gang, that's all you are. Enough is enough. You're tired of this corruption. If you're tired of struggling while they live like kings, if you believe public service should serve the public, then join me. I'm serious, join me. There's not gonna be a better voice for you. This is the time now to do it. I have the qualifications of talking and fighting. I will make it happen. I will never give up for you. From zero to hero, fighting for the forgotten, fighting for all the forgotten Americans. Drop a comment, share this, and let's build this movement together. I need all of you. If you're going to send money to me, please send it to what's on the bottom of the ticker. I'm asking you kindly. If you hate me and you still send money, put it there. It's not going to kill you to do the right thing. If you expect the right thing out of me to be accountable, I'm doing that. Then do the right thing for me. I'm asking you now what you asked me. We're taking this country back from the people who actually built it. God bless you. God bless your families, and God bless the United States of America. I want to thank you tonight for listening. I don't know if anybody sent any money. I'm hoping you sent it to the Raise the Money. I don't know. I don't see. Let me see if there's any. I don't think anybody sent any super. I don't know. I'll look and I'll read them. But I really hope that you didn't do it and you sent it to where it's supposed to go. I'm praying you did. Okay, let's see. We got no super tips. We probably don't have no super chats because this late at night, people are just here to troll. So I won't read no comments. I just won't. I'm sorry. I got no time for childness. We got one $5 super chat from Dave Sarah. Well, thank you, David. That's very nice of you. All right. Dave, next time put the $5 in the fund. It says, I'll send this in good faith. You have spent my super chat, so I'm returning the favor. I don't approve of this message, however. Well, thank you, Dave. I have sent you money, and thank you. I have bought you memberships. I did. I appreciate that, Dave, Sarah. And Dave, I heard you're a pretty good guy, that you're not a bad guy. And I know that you had a certain thing there that someone did some of it for you. I was with him tonight, too. And I want you to know he's doing well. I was with Granny tonight. I spent the 4 hours with him. He's my friend, and I love him. And Granny's going to move up in the world. He's getting a new place tomorrow. He's getting his car fixed and going back to work. The guy's doing okay, and he's okay about me. I don't hate my friends. I try to understand them because I lived a stupid life myself. I've done stupid things. Granny's liked by a lot of people. And a lot of people treated him bad over there. I guess Uzi really wanted to do something to him, but he didn't buck down. If someone didn't get in the middle of them, I think they would have went to the first real fight in the Dabbleverse. Now I don't know who would have won. I'm not going to take sides. Because I don't know, I know one of them pretty good, and I know he can throw down. But I know Uzi's a pretty badass too. I don't know who could have won, but it could have happened, but someone saved that from happening. Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody. God bless America. If you really want to help, there's where you put it. Thank you for everything. Good night. And my next speech will probably be in a day or two. I don't know. God bless you guys. I love you guys. And I hope that you know that I was very serious tonight, and I think I hit a lot of key points. Everything I said was 100% legit and true. My campaign is real. There's no grift. There's nothing but me wanting to fight to win the presidency, to fight for the country, and change it back to what it's meant to be. That's all I want to do. And I'm just as better voice of anybody out there. At least I'm not going to sit there and just blow you up something and then go laugh at you. I'm going to really do it. And that's by fighting tooth and nail every day for you. I know a president is 24 hours a day. He sleeps the average of 3 hours, the president does. That's fine. I sleep 5 hours a day. That's it, 5 or 6 hours every day. I don't carry no schedule. Should have seen Lou tonight. He was out of pocket. Usually Lou's in bed by 10:30. And I gotta go. I said, Lou, it's an occasion. You're gonna be okay in the morning. I'll be fine. You'll be grumpy tomorrow because he's been living a schedule. He goes to bed at the same time. He gets up. I'm worried about him. He was all flustered. But he made it home and told me he made it home safe. We had pizza for dinner tonight. We did. Great pizza. Had some great conversations. And in 4K, we became to a mutual respect for 4K. I already had mutual respect for his handler. He's a great guy, his handler. But 4K, we know he's a gay puppet. He told me tonight, the puppet told me himself he's gay. Not the human being that runs him, the person, the puppet is gay. And he says, you probably want to kill 4K. I said, yeah, I might want. He goes, I don't want, if that's what you want to do, I'll be waiting. Okay, well, maybe I'll blow 4K up. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's what I got to do. He'll be on Busted Balls coming up in the next week or two. First time ever on. I think both of them will be on. 4K and 2K are coming on as guests. There'll be no political talk. That's at the request of 4K. He wants to have fun and bust balls. We said no problem. Lou was all happy, and I was like, I don't want to talk politics. I'm never going to debate them. I can't. He understands that. And we promised him no political talk. So I made my promise to 4K, I'm sorry. 2K I wish was there, but 2K, he did say you thought I was upset with you. I'm not. I love you the same as always, buddy. I'm always your friend. You've helped too. You've sent me stuff. Please send it. Please send everybody. Send $5, $2, $3. Please send it to the fund. The money will be spent right. I will not spend it. I can't. Get on board. I need you. Believe in something for once. See how well I handled myself tonight. I'm only going to get better. I spoke nothing but the truth, what this country is broken from. I found what's broken. Now I'm going to do something about it. I love you guys. Good night. Good night.